This is the way the world ends.
I will make you suffer!
You guys don't know how to be quiet.
You guys.
Bienvenidos al siguiente capítulo de Chibi No Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Chibi No Podcast.
Thank you for translating, my friend.
Yep.
We're back!
Ah!
And I'm still hurt.
Yeah, he's still dying over here. But he's limping around more and more, right?
I got crutches.
You gotta go to work, right? Yesterday? 2 days ago?
Don't remind me.
Oh, wow.
In any case, we're back.
Woohoo! And guess who's hosting? It's me, David, el Smash Fan. Y conmigo tengo...
I do not understand anything.
Yeah,
you're saying.
David, don't be like that.
Pero me gusta mi voz en español.
Sounds like a D-bag, doesn't he?
I just don't know what he's saying.
Well, let me introduce myself then, Jose. the broken foot Oliver. Brony, Smash Fan, whatever you want to call me right now, man.
You're the brony.
I'm the Smash fan.
Yeah, I love
That's
everything.
me.
Fighting games. I'm tired. I'm drugged out. How you doing, Maz?
Yeah.
I'm a little toned out.
What? He's toned down.
I have my rock star right next to me, waking up.
Come on, get a little energetic. Diego, hit us
Diego.
What's up? Woo!
There
Yeah.
you go. Yes.
We're sorry we're recording late. We had a lot of scheduling issues thanks to Jose.
It's all
It's been a busy week.
Yeah,
It's
but
been a busy week for anybody.
yeah, but
Busier.
kind of like a few weeks ago, we don't have a lot of news, but we can talk a lot about the news that we have. So let's dig in and start with the first one. So Xbox One, if you haven't heard, has a special Titanfall bundle with Titanfall. It's gonna be $4.99.
Wow.
I said that wrong.
a special Titanfall
Okay,
bundle with
Titanfall.
Infamous Second Son. Wait, what?
Yeah, exclusive Xbox One.
You know, if you've been listening to our podcast, you probably heard us talking about how this would have been a good idea way back in the days. So shout out to us.
Yeah,
Woo.
we're groundbreaking. but yeah, so it comes out on March 11th. The bundle, it's a digital copy, right, Miles?
It should come with the retail disc inside the bundle.
Physical copy.
I think it's a digital copy, right, Diego?
Yeah, it's digital.
Really? That's a digital
Why
copy.
would they do that?
I don't know.
That's why it's the same price as a regular
so that
one.
people, so that people don't turn it back in. I don't know why they would want to do that.
I don't like
either.
Titanfall. It's like, oh, we can't turn it back in.
I guess this actually makes it cheaper for them because they don't have to put the disc in
Well,
there.
it's a code though. It's not
Yeah.
like you have to. That's
Yeah.
the only downside to it though. I think is with people if they don't have like such a strong internet connection, but only enough to play the game, that's gonna suck.
I know, but I mean, how much is it?
It's the same price.
It's the same price.
$4.99.
Yeah, so I
$4.99.
mean, they don't have to pay the extra case
I'm
and
saying it's the
the
way
extra
that
stuff.
it's still digital only, but that's
Yes,
just me.
yes.
I think if anything, they should have had the game installed into it at least. Not at least
Pre-install.
pre-installed.
But yeah, that would be nice. But I guess it doesn't matter because it's like you're gonna have to download it anyway because it's online only. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
You're sitting
Yeah.
at a hot 20 gigs right there, so hopefully it shouldn't take that long on your.
Yeah, it should be.
Download
They
speed.
confirmed it's required.
Yeah, they
for 20
confirmed
gigs,
it was
which is
20
nice.
gig because that was the next piece of news. Because a while back when they asked about how much space it was going to take, they said it was going to be 40.
I'm really excited to see what they do with the campaign on this, because I know it's online only. Like, because we saw those aliens and stuff. And things.
Oh, that
Like,
looks
if
so
it's anything like Pacific Rim, I'm going to be really stoked. To
So-
play it's like friends on campaign missions. Like, that'd be cool. If that is in there, there's nothing.
What is the campaign?
We don't know if it's like a true campaign, because it's supposed to be online only, but we don't know yet.
It's just
But
online.
also, is the campaign kind of like?
Confirmed it.
Can you have two players on the same screen, or is it only?
It is
single?
confirmed. It's no split screen.
Yeah, I learned that today. I was
Unfortunately.
so pissed. I'm like, what the freaks? I'm going to have to keep switching with Diego when I play with
But it's
Miles
okay,
and
'cause
maybe
we can
Jose.
Exactly.
It's okay because we can just be like Xbox, switch profiles, and that's done.
And
It's
then
not
it
like
won't
it's gonna
listen
take
to
You don't
you.
actually need to tell it to switch profiles. If he hands a controller to you, it sees you have the controller now because of the infrared inside the.
It would know the true
No,
master.
not the infrared, the wire or the 360 or the. Gosh, I cannot talk today. Anyway, I'm not going to explain it, but it will work.
Yeah, it works.
As long as if we're on Miles' house, as long as there's only one of us, it should work just
Sorry,
fine.
it'll recognize your house.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if we go to Miles' house, they recognize the true master.
It thinks I'm a brown short kid, aka David. That's who it thinks I am.
And you're pointing
David?
at me.
What'd you call me, David?
It's a long day.
Hey,
Rockstar.
I'm David.
This
Or David.
This podcast is brought to you by
Rockstar.
Also, on related news, they said that there's not going to be any microtransactions for Titanfall and that there's no season pass.
So all the maps are in there.
14 confirmed.
Yeah, what they said
That's
is
a
that there's
lot,
no
though.
season pass planned.
Okay.
So this means that if it's popular enough and if they want to do
It
it,
will.
they'll just
yeah, they're gonna definitely.
into
There's
it. They'll
no
get the
doubt
money.
about it. Yep.
I can't wait to see this take a dive on Call of Duty's.
Oh.
Dude, that's already given.
That's
Yeah.
something that we've all been wanting for a
Dude,
long
you
time.
know
Call
what
of
I wanna
Duty
see?
made a dive on
I want to
themselves.
see. I want to get on the servers on
No.
Call of Duty and see. You can see the worldwide players.
Yeah, like
the
like
little
Halo used
corner,
to have.
and then see when Titanfall comes out and you see the number drop to like 5 million to 1 million. Just doom.
All PS4 players.
No,
I just
all
want
Wii U
something
players.
to take away some of the competition.
Because
Is
it's
what I
boring
want.
now.
Yeah.
Like that, I haven't been too interested in FPS
Duty,
for a
yeah.
long time.
It's just like Madden.
I've been getting more to first-person shooters as well. Over the
Titanfall
years.
was the first one that got me excited when we played the beta. Ooh, I just
the
it
first
just-
person shooter I've been able to play. Like, oh, this feels good again. You know.
Mhm.
Oh, in Halo, we get
Fresh.
like a big one every 3 years, which is fine. I'll play those regardless. But other than that, like new ones that come out, new franchises like this, I don't care.
This one was the one that I think was good. Is good. Like,
Yeah,
this is the one that kind of
Like I said,
restarts the fire.
it's
This
new.
is gonna
It's
put you through your hard times.
Yeah.
you know how they've said before. Like this is the game. This is a next gen game, true next gen game. Because
except for the graphics.
yeah,
Well, because it's I would consider it technically an indie game. So yeah, it's. I mean, they did the
Whoa.
best they could.
Indie.
Didn't we agree on this last time?
No.
Well, I mean, it's just a handful of
Working
people
on
that
it
made
for
this
3
game.
years. It's just the graphics are just.
Well, if it was,
It's just on an old engine because
it's a
cheaper,
new company,
you know?
but they already had worked before. In
Oh well,
Call
the
of
second
Duty,
the Titanfall 2 is probably going to be ridiculous.
Do you
then.
think that'll be on PS4?
I think so.
I hope not.
I hope it does. I hope they get a lot of money.
You're
Sony's
just
going to have to
lose
pay
this
a
one, David.
lot of money.
They're not
going
gonna
to
pay any. It's the developers themselves were surprised that they didn't know that this was going to be an exclusive. They were planning. Their whole goal was to hit everywhere as fast as they can eventually, but at the beginning was to make sure that Titanfall
They're
runs
such
great.
a small company
Yeah.
right now.
So that's
Oh,
wait.
so you think it'll be like 5 months and then
No,
Titanfall's
wait,
gonna be-
No.
Titanfall 2.
Second one. This
I
one's
think it'll be on Sony. They
Well,
just need to
because-
make the name, make the
Yeah.
money, and then
Yeah, yeah.
it's kind of like Mass Effect. You know, it didn't
Have
come
you-
until later.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the new what's it called? Commercials for it now on YouTube or
For
whatever?
Titanfall?
Yeah, it doesn't say PC anymore. It just says
only on
Yeah.
Xbox One.
No, it says on Xbox and PC.
no, that was before.
No, the
that.
new one.
The new one just says
new one.
get it on. No, it says get it on Xbox One. It doesn't say exclusively on Xbox. It just says get it on Xbox One.
They're trying to take it just
Trying
all
to
on
make it sell
Xbox.
consoles.
They're hearing our podcast and they realize, oh crap, this
Yeah,
kid
it's
is
'cause
onto
of
us.
us.
Yeah.
It's always Jose.
Last week I was telling you guys that they say like only on Xbox One and PC.
Oh, a fun little fact for you guys: my cousins they picked up the Titanfall controller.
Oh,
I gotta
really?
see it. It is very
How
sexy.
much
Beautiful.
is it? Just the same price?
Six-
Extra,
60?
extra $5.
Oh, that's
65?
not bad.
Yep. It's stupid. It's $5 more, but whatever.
It's for
It's
the
just
skin, baby.
Custom decal.
It's a
Ooh.
sexy skin.
It's a
It
sexy
is a
skin.
sexy
It's a sexy beach. Anyway, so let's go on to some more news. This is strictly for Jose. Persona 5, Jose. What's gonna happen?
Not just Persona 5.
All the
Oh, yeah.
Persona
You
games.
got 3
Tell us.
games announced, buddy.
Tell him, puppy.
Gosh.
Tell him.
Oh my
Tell him the news.
I'm
Come on,
walking
Jose.
off. I'm dropping the mic. That's all you need to hear.
He's warming
Persona
up,
5
guys.
coming out 2015 in the United States
For PS3.
for PS3 exclusive,
Weird.
which is
In TBA 2015, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You have no idea on quarters.
No, none of that. I would say it's pretty surprising considering that Atlas, the main company responsible for Persona, was bought by Sega. So I was thinking they were gonna
Really?
do, yeah. I was thinking they were gonna do the same thing that they did with Persona 4 Arena, which is released on the Xbox 360 as well. So having this as an exclusive is big for Sony still. On the other side of the games, you have Persona 4. Let me see if I can get the Japanese name correct.
Do it.
The Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold.
What?
That's the name of the Persona 4 Arena Part 2 in Japan. Is Persona 4 Ultimax Ultimate Suplex Hold. Something
Well,
like
they
that.
always
Anyway,
have
it's as
exotic
long as the
names.
Naruto
Holy
Shippuden Ultimate
crap.
Ninja Storm 3 full burst.
But actually better. And I'm excited for this game. I didn't think this one.
Oh.
Yeah, this is like a real Persona when I first played the Persona fighting game, I didn't think it was going to be that good. I thought it was just going to be like a run-of-the-mill, crappy fighting game, but it turned out to be really, really good. And with
It's
this
fun.
one,
Animation is great, too.
So good.
Persona.
And with this one, they're adding characters from Persona 3 and a brand new character. And this is going to be ending the storyline for Persona 4. So if you play Persona 4 Arena continues that, and now this one's going to end that one. So that's
Persona 5 will end.
No, Persona 4, the second game.
The second one will
The
end
second
the
fighting
game.
game
So they're pulling
will
a
end
Final
that.
Will end the
Fantasy.
story.
Yes.
Cool.
So there's that coming out. Then if you have a 3DS, you have dang it, what was this one called? Persona 4.
The dancing one?
No, that's for the
I
Vita.
was
Yeah.
gonna say, I thought there was an answer.
That's
like a
Persona
button
4
dance.
Dance the Night Away, something like that.
Something weird.
Something cool.
And what's funny though, if you go through the forums and everything, people like, it's just sad to say that I'm more excited for the Persona on the Vita than the Persona on the 3DS.
That's like, what?
Yeah, because they were more excited. The 3DS one, dang it, I'm just out of my mind today. I'm sorry, you guys, but it follows a
that
certain
lower tab.
It's not like a Persona game. It follows another 3DS game that I think just came out. So it's gonna be like little chibi versions of the Persona characters.
Have me sold. For Chibi No Podcast, we gotta play the
there
Chibi
you go.
version.
So I mean, people, this is exciting news. If you haven't played Persona game before, it's definitely worth picking up on the Vita. That's where I played it, and I loved it. And dude, I'm excited for Persona 5. And I'm sorry to say, but with the news that's been coming out, the Chrono Phantasm and Persona 4 Arena 2 in the United States, Smash is taking a nosedive for me. I'm not as excited for that as I was before.
Well, no, but you'll still be
a
playing
I'll
Smash
still
for a
play it,
bit.
but I'll play the heck.
Are there any Persona games coming out this year that you're gonna get?
Yeah, that one comes out this year. I believe it comes out in August. The fighting one.
So you'll be warming up with that, and then when Smash comes out in later the year,
You just have it in segments, Jose. You'll focus on different games at different times. It's okay.
Chrono Phantasm comes out in March. That's Blaze Blue. Then sometime in June or July, Ultra Street Fighter 4 might come out, and then
Ultra.
yeah, and then later on there's the Persona 4 Arena, and if it happens to land anywhere in between there, Smash Brothers hopefully is by the end of the year.
I'm pretty sure it will be, so we can play it all.
Well,
at the end of the
if
year.
it comes during a time when the Persona games comes, then I think Jose and I will no longer be friends.
Oh.
I can just see that happening. You pick Persona over Smash, it's done.
I pick
Jose.
a real fighting game over.
No,
Smash.
it's done.
I'd pick Halo over Smash. You gonna hate me too?
Yeah, of course.
You hipster.
Okay, let's say some real truths. Okay, back to the real news. So
Yeah, that's not news. Everybody already knows that.
What should be bad news?
This is Nintendo.
this is bad news.
actually.
This is
Yeah.
Nintendo news. It's always bad news with them.
I thought it was
Sadly.
Yeah, now who's betraying their own?
It's sad. It's sad. I speak the truth, Jose. Anyways, so Nintendo has announced that they're terminating the Wi-Fi services for the Wii and for the DS on May 20th.
Yeah, nobody cared.
I thought it was weird because on the Wii, at least with the Wii,
Yeah,
there's one
nobody
game. There's one game that people always play on their Wi-Fi, and that's Mario Kart. Still, there's still tons
they
and tons
really
of people
play
that play.
Yeah, but can't you just transfer it over to the Wii U? There's no big.
I don't
know.
I don't know if you could play that online on the Wii U.
I thought on the Wii U that they confirmed you can't play online services.
Yeah,
on the
usually.
Wii U.
Yeah.
Usually when it
'Cause
is
it's
like
all
that.
emulated.
Yeah.
So the network isn't emulated. It's
Mhm.
That sucks.
So I'm just like, I don't know why they're pulling the plug so early on.
But
the
hey,
Wii.
Mario Kart's coming out in May anyway, so,
So yeah,
nobody
yeah.
will care anyway.
Is that just why? Just because the Mario Kart's going to come out, and that
That's
was the
my
biggest
guess.
Wi-Fi
This is
multiplayer.
It's probably a lot of money to host it when nobody's buying or
Yeah.
really playing that game.
Yeah.
So when this new one comes out, then they'll have
It's
an
an
I
easy
think-
way to make the customers go to the new system as well if they haven't
especially
already.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, I think
It's the
that was
biggest
the
selling
only.
franchise.
I think that was the only successful game that they had that people played on
Online?
Wi-Fi on the Wii.
it was
right?
the only one. Yeah.
Because Smash was broken. Everything else that
Smash was
had-
good if you have people around you,
Yeah,
like
but
close
yeah.
to you.
but
Otherwise,
it's
it
really,
was.
But it was really
They need to
laggy.
keep
Otherwise,
it,
yeah,
they need
it
to keep
was
it
way
region
laggy.
based and stuff too. For
Yeah.
like, you
They
know.
need they need to make it better. It was sucky that on Smash you had to have your friend code in order to play with them. And I was
Yes.
like, what the
I
freak?
remember going to the Smash dojo
Did
and like, hey, add me up tonight. We'll play. Okay.
What's your 80-digit code?
Oh my gosh.
3854.
Oh, you don't have a mic? Well,
Hey,
this will be
675-309.
There's no mic on
Okay.
that. Remember?
They had
Oh,
the
at the
Wii
very
chat,
end.
but then they
Oh,
took
yeah.
that away.
That was dumb.
They took it away. Games online before they take that off.
You know, I think the Wii U should have been the Wii. You know, when it came out, like the Wii U should have been. when
They've
the
always
Wii
said
came
that.
out.
That's what they've said because the Wii is only slightly better than Well, not slightly better, but it's not a huge jump from
GameCube.
Xbox 360 and the
Are you talking about the Wii
PS3.
U or the Wii?
The Wii U.
Okay.
Oh, the Wii U.
Yeah.
Remember we
That's a
talked
lot more.
about
That's a
this.
lot more power
Did
than
you
what
see
we've
that-
seen, though.
Well, there's not really that much to it when the developers are already going to different.
Yeah, wait, it's not enough for the developers to say,
To keep
"Oh, I'm gonna make
looking
this."
at it,
Yeah.
There was
It'll
the-
only be like the certain first parties that will
yes,
get the full power.
which is
Yeah.
why
like Donkey Kong looks
Yeah,
gorgeous.
did you hear that news from the Retro Studios? One of the guys there's like, people, the Wii U is stronger than you realize.
Well, I already
Well,
know
I
that.
know
but it's
that.
like,
Yeah,
actually-
but-
no, but it's like funny. It's like, yeah, we
Yeah,
get that, dude, but still, compared to what's out right now, like, no, it's.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's weak.
But like I said, the Nintendo's always been about gameplay rather than graphics. That's why it's always been.
It just sucks. Like, this is what my cousin. He just barely bought a Xbox One, and he's been hating it because he put it in Call of Duty, and he's like, dude, I can barely tell the difference from the 360 version. And I told him, like, doesn't that kind of, because when I heard that, it kind of makes you think like, this guy paid $534 for a brand new console, 8 years of a generation to get next gen. Only put in a game and make it look the exact same. Like, I know people say graphics don't matter, but what's the point of buying next gen? Like, if people say gameplay don't matter, then why get a new console if like the graphics are going to look the same?
To be fair, there, Miles. The problem is with Call of Duty now.
Yeah, it's
I
Call
know.
of Duty.
I get that, but
I know what you mean.
But a
though.
lot of the games are.
You're coming in expecting kind of like the jump from PS2 or Xbox to
Think
PS3.
about when we first did that jump. It's like, oh my gosh, and then we get these new consoles.
Particles.
Yeah, but like the PS4 has been a big jump because of
Yes.
the 1080p on a lot of games. But the 720p thing is just, I mean, people think it doesn't matter. You know, Xbox doesn't, but. God, when I'm sitting 5 feet away from a TV on a big 4250 inch screen, I mean, that's 720p. I mean, I can't distinguish if a guy's behind a bush because all the pixels are so big. When you put 1080p, I mean, because I've tried, like, you know, a couple of the games that are, you know, for the Xbox One or the PS4, and the difference is it's not just noticeable, it's hugely noticeable.
Yeah, and what people need to remember is that with the PS4 is natively, right? While the Xbox, when it's a lower
the upscaling.
they
Resolution?
upscale it there, and they upscale it with the Xbox One, and it's a good upscale, but you can only do so much with it.
Because the pixels are still 720p regardless
Yeah.
if you stretch it out.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm just saying is, like, it's nice to get the Wii U but the price it's selling at, you are buying kind of past generation technology, so people shouldn't expect
Much.
you know, much when you're getting that console. Most people, I think, buy them because we still like Smash. We like Mario
We
Kart.
buy it for sentimental value. Let's be
Yep,
honest here.
that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't buy it for graphics. I buy it because I love the games on it.
But I'm saying, would you buy the Xbox One if it had the same graphics as the Xbox 360?
No.
Because
Right.
that's my point. And I guess what I'm getting at is I just hate that this next gen where people are making it like, resolution isn't a big deal. It's like, it kind of is, guys.
That's the whole point of buying the new console.
This thing has 8 gigs of RAM as a quad-core processor, where the 360 has, it has like a 2.4 something gigahertz quad-core processor, where the Xbox One was like, individually, the cores were only like gigahertz. I mean, and then you had like 512 megabytes of RAM. I mean, come on, where's our 1080p? I mean, this thing should be substantially more powerful.
It has to do with that ESRAM, Miles.
Yeah,
That dang
ESRAM.
ESRAM. Didn't Microsoft learn from Sony's mistake trying to make it all confusing?
Yeah, because
let's make it.
the-
Let's
so
get the
the
cell. Let's
power,
do the cell. Get
the
fudge out
the
here.
power PC technology they had in the Xbox 360 was easy to code for. I don't know why they would do this. I just wish that Titanfall. We've seen it graphically, and it doesn't look next gen to me. It just looks kind of like somewhere in the middle. Like, it looks like something a Wii U could run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I think it's more like on the gameplay that they said it's next
Oh
gen.
no, it's fun.
And
Don't get me wrong.
And that's the thing. Like, I understand your whole point of you're expecting this kind of
You're expecting
graphics,
something worth
this
$500
kind of
bucks to
resolution,
play.
$500.
You know, like, see if people getting this Titanfall because there are some people not getting an Xbox One until the Titanfall bundle.
Yeah.
They're going to get it, put it in, and be like, this is next gen. For people who've never seen it before.
Right.
I just kind of feel bad. Like, the gameplay might be there, but they're like, this kind of looks like my other games. Like Halo 4, to me, looks better than Titanfall on Xbox One, in my opinion.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, again, okay.
I just wish there was
the jump from PS2 to PS3 was remarkable.
Huge. Yeah.
And then from PS3 to PS4, Xbox 360 to Xbox One.
The jump is
just
big, but there's nothing there to show
They're
it.
reusing games that they've already had.
But this would have been a good one because it's a first party.
Yeah.
It's a first part, but I think they said that the development was small. Like, the team was small, right? And it wasn't a huge focus on it,
They're
right?
using an older engine too.
I mean, we just have to wait till I'm pretty sure.
We gotta wait a couple of
I
years.
can wait a year.
Well, we've seen
and
the
a
Xbox
year.
One can do good graphics. We've seen Rise. Rise
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
gorgeous. And 900p, I mean, when people complain about resolution, 900p, 1080p, guys, you're not going to see the difference. We saw it. You really can't tell it's 1080. 720 to 1080 is quite different.
Yeah.
But 1080 to 900, I mean, we saw it look. I'm just saying, we've seen the power that Xbox One can have. We just haven't been getting games that showcase it.
Well,
yet.
I think it's also like since it just came out, like like I said, there's not enough games to show what it can do, and I'm pretty sure we can still see even
Yeah.
more of its power.
Oh yeah.
It's not,
Eventually.
Oh yeah, it has power.
There are
Like
the years-
Forza looks gorgeous.
yeah, but
Man.
like I said, we just have to wait a year or two for the games to
The developer.
True. truly-
push it
to
as
truly
much as they
show
can.
what they can do.
Because that's what they did with Halo 2, right? Didn't they say that Halo 2 when it came out, the Xbox, they were pushing the Xbox as
bit
much as they
mapping.
could?
They're
Yeah.
putting. There was actually the first person people to put bit mapping, which is funny because now it's huge in this industry. Pretty much, they get a low res clay looking model, and then they put texturized, high res texturization on the clay model instead of just building it from texture. They're actually building it from the clay model. And ever since, that's why a lot of times you play like Gears or something like that, where you're in the middle of a loading of a cutscene or in the middle of the game, and they kind of like mudded out, and then like the textures load on top of them. That's what that
Like
is.
good old beat mapping.
Yeah, well, either
So you gotta
way,
thank
like
Halo for that. They
yeah.
did a really good job on
and
that.
no, they pushed their limits, and that's why
Yes,
it
good
came at
point.
the very end of Xbox, and then you could play on the Xbox 360.
Good point.
So that's why that's when we're
Mhm.
waiting. When we see Halo is going to be amazing
Oh.
because it's 2 years after the initial launch of Xbox One. So you should expect something that you've
Amazing
never seen.
graphics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's the one. Like if you see it and it doesn't look next gen, that they could lose a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm waiting for is when they show pictures of Halo 2 Anniversary, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna put a sick skin over it.
Didn't they say wait for Halo news come E3?
Yeah, that
Which
was.
is funny. We all know that was coming anyway.
And I was just like, wait
Really?
for Halo news, really? And they're like, just to make sure it's not Halo 5. It's like we know that.
Sony
We're
and
pretty
Microsoft
sure it's Halo
should
2,
hire
we know,
us.
guys.
They should hire us and be like, if you think that money that you invested into whoever did that is good money, pay us and we'll do that for every game.
It's like we're
Expect Peggle 3. Get the fudge out of here. Of course we're expecting Peggle 3.
Expect Half-Life 3. That would be a big one.
Oh, yes,
don't say that. I'm gonna cry.
You know how many people would freak out?
One
if you
day,
said-
one day,
or Half-Life?
maybe in the year 2050 it'll come out.
Yeah.
Wait, E3 2015. If you divide the one, carry the Half-Life 3 confirmed next year.
Yo.
No.
Yay!
At this point, Half-Life 3 can do nothing but suck.
That
If it's in development,
that ending
ugh.
episode 2, man, was such a
I mean-
cliffhanger just to never release
Yeah.
that game. Oh.
Anyway,
We
Let's
lost
continue
Miles.
on to our news because we got lost.
Yeah, let's
Sorry,
move.
we're kind of just going through the topics. We don't got a lot, so we just thought we kind of discussed it.
Can I say this one?
Yeah,
Sure.
go ahead, Diego.
Guess what's popping up on Netflix today?
Attack on Titan.
Pokemon, the first 2 seasons
Oh.
and the first 2 movies.
Okay.
Watch
So-
Ash be a complete douchebag and suck.
And lose Misty. Let her
Watch-
go.
Is that was season 2? I thought he lost her in 3.
I thought it was season 2.
He lost her the first episode where he's like, you
Wasn't
want to be
she with-
friends?
I thought she was with him doing the silver and gold season.
Yeah,
Was it? She really?
she was.
Yeah,
I thought they parted ways
She
after
left
that.
It was the third one is when she left when he had what was that one Pokemon that was a grass
No,
one that
they
looked
left-
like a gecko. That's
Oh.
when she wasn't there.
Trico.
Trico.
Preco.
Draco. Was it that one? I
Yeah.
thought they
Yep.
left.
At
I
that
thought they
point,
left
she had
before
that
when
one other
Ash
girl.
got switched out with what's his face?
Ash
Okay.
never got switched
No, when
out.
Brock
Brock.
got switched out with what's his name?
Tracy.
The one- Tracy.
No,
I
she
thought
was
that's
still
when-
there.
She
was still
was?
there. Yeah, she was still
Broccoli's
there.
first and then Misty goes.
Yeah.
And then you get that girl with like the weird
May.
May.
It was May and
I
her
like
brother.
May. She was okay.
And then Brock comes back, and then Misty comes back for every other
You-
episode.
You know what's funny is my
And now
buddy
she's gone.
I was hanging out with my friend last night, Ryan, and it was funny because he was just freaking out last night about, dude, I can't wait. When we're done with Anchorman, I'm getting home. I'm seriously going to do an all-nighter and watch Pokemon all night. I can't wait. I told him, it's like, you know what? Why don't you do the original and go legit? Wake up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, like what
He
we
did
used to do, just to watch 4 kids
Oh.
Pokemon. And then you'd have Beast Wars. And then right when Dragon Ball Z, the first Rock the Dragon one was out, you'd have to go to school.
I never went to school. I don't know if I don't know if Miles remember, but I'd be late all the time.
Oh, I was too.
I'd
I
always
was
have
late.
these cards, the attendants that they take at the school.
I remember those. You
And
had
I'd
to
have
put
to
them in the
mark-
slips, right? The
I had
black and green
15.
slips.
I had 15 in 2 months, and they contacted my parents like, your son doesn't come to school on time. He's always
And they're
late.
like,
They're like,
no
what do
hablo
you,
inglés?
they're like, what do you?
Gets away with it.
They ask like, why are you not going to school? Like, I go to school. It's like, well, why do you wait so long? It's like, I have to watch
Gotta
Dragon Ball
find
Z.
those Dragon Balls. Gotta find them all.
That was
Pepper,
the
you did the
downfall.
same.
But yeah, for all those
Saint Seiya.
for all those
Not
who are,
here. Saint Seiya, they knew. Saint
But that's-
Seiya was after school.
But yeah, that's awesome that Pokemon's going to Netflix.
I'm glad.
It's
I'm
cool.
gonna reminisce.
Diego, name the first 2 movies before we head out.
Pokemon the first movie and Pokemon 2000.
And then Pokemon 3, the something Fire Vente.
No, it's
No,
the
no.
Mysteries of Unknown.
I thought it was something. Ente's
No,
with
Entei's
them.
in
You guys
it.
are both wrong. It's the Lugia movie.
That was
Pokemon
2000.
2000, you fool.
No,
That's
no,
2000.
You're
That's
wrong.
3000 now.
Oh my
Shut up.
gosh. No, to be honest though, like the series, I don't know. I enjoyed it as a child, but at the same time, I hated the characters.
Yep.
And Pokemon, and then Ash was just such a crappy trainer.
No, he wasn't a cat trainer. He was a retarded dude. Well, I'm gonna take my powerful Pokemon and let him go.
Orochimaru is still
Why?
looking to learn
No.
Ash's secret of never aging.
First of all,
Butterfree, Pidgeot, Charizard.
Butterfree was awesome. That episode when Ash let go Butterfree. Oh, that's so
I mean,
that's
I
so
cried on everyone, but I'm like, you're gonna let go of Charizard? Charizard.
Get out of here.
Squirtle.
Whoa,
He has
whoa, whoa,
to
wait! When does he ever get rid of Charizard?
He
No, he
always
lets
gets
him
rid
go.
of Charizard.
No, he doesn't let it go. He lets
I thought
him
you
train.
meant like actually like let him go in the wild.
No,
is
no,
what
no.
I
He
thought.
always like,
He
you're gonna
lets
train
him
here.
train.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't
goes to
really
the Charizard Sanctuary and he trains that
But then he
Charizard.
never gets it back.
No, he comes back in the episodes.
But he never
But
gets
he's
it
not
back.
like him.
Because then he
Because
goes
Squirtle
back.
comes back. Bulbasaur comes out. They make their appearances back. But
Squirtle's
always
just
leave.
at Professor Oak's lab. He's
I
not
know
gone.
names.
He's just back
Squirtle,
there.
no, Squirtle's with the Squirtle Squad.
No,
Squirtle,
Bulbasaur is at Professor Oak's lab. That's all.
Yeah,
Bulbasaur's
Bulbasaur.
at.
Bulbasaur he
Bulbasaur
takes
never
back to
leaves.
the lab. It's after he got
Oh.
those Tauruses. Remember?
Yeah, he whips
Oh
him.
yeah.
You know who finally evolved? You remember his Cyndaquil?
He
Yeah?
evolved?
Diamond and Pearl. He finally evolved to Kulava.
Really?
Whoa!
That
Then
took
did you
his-
give him a Mega Stone?
That took him like 10 years.
Oh wait,
No,
can he make?
no, I was just
oh,
kidding.
sorry.
That's Torchic.
Oh yeah,
We shall not talk about the time frame in which Pokemon takes place.
Yeah,
it
because
takes forever for his Pokemon to evolve too.
Because literally every episode is a day.
You guys are making me want to go grab my 3DS and play X and Y again.
Do it.
I'm actually thinking about buying Y just to play that. Hey, we're doing good on time, aren't we?
Yeah, we're doing good. But anyway, so Miles, this is more of your info. Give us the next piece of news. You're not even looking at
Oh,
it.
I see why you're saying that. This is really exciting news. Actually, I'm glad you put this on the list, David.
Of course
Good
I
thing
did.
you sound
we're
excited.
we're fans of the Fast and Furious season here, or series here, and
Season.
huh?
Shh, David, shut up.
Season. So
No,
that's a series.
No, just go.
Okay, just go with that. All right. So the Fast and Furious series, the movie 7 that's coming 2015 in April. So they're actually in. That's actually ironic. So in April they're actually going to start filming again, which is awesome. And they've confirmed that Paul Walker. They've got enough scenes from the other films and this film that they're gonna.
Retire
They're not
him.
gonna. Yeah, they're gonna retire his character, not kill off his character because of disrespect. And honestly, all us viewers, we'd be pissed off if they kill the character. That's just messed up.
My question is what they're going to do to retire
How do you
him.
retire a
See,
character?
this is what I would like.
Because
I
you were
wanna
going to
see-
retire him and Jordana Brewster, his
You
sister.
see his car,
Yeah,
take
Mia.
off with a hot girl. That's it.
He
Yeah,
breaks
a
it
hot
up.
girl.
Yeah, nameless hot girl. It doesn't matter. You see
Jordana
that in the
Brewster.
car,
She
just
doesn't have a
She's gorgeous.
take
yeah.
off. That's
Jordana
I would
Brewster.
I'd take her any day. She's
Or
such a
you could
sweetheart.
see what's Vince all car, the black one from the original.
The Charger.
movie?
The Charger.
You see him
79
drive that
Charger,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I think would be a great way, and I don't know if you guys agree as well, but I think because what they're thinking about is possibly using Paul Walker's brother, and for what we know is actually Paul Walker's brother's done a lot of the stunts for Paul Walker in the movies, and they look alike, which is great.
Oh, the brothers.
Yeah. So the one thing this would be cool is about getting him about taking off his character. What I think they need to do for respect is we all know that Paul's character. Okay, I'll just say the characters. So Brian and Mia, they both have a baby, as we know.
Yeah.
I think what they need to do is with this stuff going in Tokyo, there's gonna be a lot of blood and like on hands of
You
like.
should be out of it.
He needs to tread us like I've got lots of enough family. You guys need to take care of the baby or something like that. And you see like Mia and Paul like drive off or something at the end or something like
Right.
that. I think that would be a very well way to retire his character to where like Van has to live in another country, whatever. But like Paul May can go back to the States and just live their lives and raise the baby. While Toretto needs to take
And
care
that
of the rest
opens
of
up a whole new trilogy.
I think that would,
Or maybe
they might
Kid
do
Fast,
that.
Kid Furious.
But what do you guys think about that?
They
though?
might,
would be
or
cool.
they might fake. Maybe something happens to his character, and he's wanted, and they fake his death, and then he's with his wife and everything.
That would be
else.
another cool way too. Yeah. So make
Oh,
it
it's
as
all a
if,
dream.
No,
but-
no dream.
But that
Shut
would have to
up,
be
Jose.
that would have to be to where that he's still like a convict or something,
Right.
and they have to act like he's dead, and then he takes off.
Yeah,
he
see?
could be living in another country.
That's another good
but
one.
that's what I mean. I think he needs to go off with Mia as a kid, though. That'd be a great way to retire it.
he
Although
needs to
we'll
go
take
with a
Mia's
car,
character off,
with a
too.
girl, with his main
Which
girl.
is what I'm saying. A girl, it's Mia.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
not leaving
Jordana
Mia.
Brewster.
Yes,
He
Jordana.
could take all 4 girls for all I care. Put them in there.
But I think that'd be a great way.
Gal,
but
get in the trunk.
the one thing about if
my
they
God.
need extra scenes or anything, which will be fine, is the whole thing. This is what I say. This will be just fine. How people might be worried about this. There's a scene I think I've talked to you guys before. It's in Iron Man 3 when in his mansion in Iron Man 3. Remember when he gets destroyed and there's like
Yeah.
the missiles coming? That whole scene was not Robert Downey Jr. That was not him. All they did was they got an actor to dress in the suit they wanted, and then all they did is they actually CGI'd his face on there, and he didn't even cast that role. And I just think which goes to show how brilliant our technology's come, that I think they can get away with this just
They
fine.
did that with Terminator Salvation. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that looked
It looked
CGI.
bad.
Well,
Yeah.
that was like what 6 years ago.
Okay, that's granted, yeah. But I'm just saying where we're at now, though. Could any of you guys tell that wasn't Rob Downey? Because I had no idea until I read it.
I don't ask because he didn't watch it.
Anyway, I'm just saying what I'm thinking is
He's quiet because he
I'm-
knows it's true.
I'm
Marvel's
glad that they're doing this,
sucks.
and I know that it was originally they had 9 movies planned. To me, this after Paul's death, just make it a respect to the fans and just end the series after this. I don't want another one after 7. If Paul's not in it with Vin, I don't care.
They might make one more.
They complement each
feel
other
it-
But
too
would
much.
you guys want to see it without Paul Walker?
They have The Rock now.
No,
He's
the thing
replacing
is-
everyone
the
in
thing
every
is-
one of his
G.I.
movies.
Joe, he plays.
The thing
But
is,
he's
though,
the replacer.
I feel like this should
should be
end it
another movie.
because in Tokyo Drift, it ends with the guy meeting
Han.
Vin Diesel. You know?
Huh. Oh gosh, what's his name
That
again?
redneck dude.
Yeah, the
Redneck.
Well, he's
Like-
redneck. Well,
Oh,
I
Toby
always
Keith?
forget his freaking name.
But yeah, that guy meeting Dom. So I think it should end with him, like that kid joining up with Dom and helping him out. Cause,
And that opens up a whole new trilogy.
no, that just ends it and it's done.
I'm just saying, I just don't want to. If there's not people like 2 and 3 kind of went a little downhill because they learned their lessons. The reason why the people go see this is because of Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, and those two's chemistry is just amazing.
Well, we'll have to see what happens.
No, but this is just an opinion of what I would like. I
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
want to see it if Paul Walker's not in there. It's like that's not Fast and Furious. I
That's
wanna
like
see this.
that's like playing Halo without Master Chief.
exactly
Halo Reach.
Sergeant. Hey,
Yeah, that's just my
hey,
point.
hey.
Halo
Halo
3
Reach was good.
Halo
It's like
3
playing Devil
ODST.
May
Oh,
Cry.
Halo 3 ODST.
It's like playing
Sean.
DMC.
Sean's his name.
You don't play
They-
Yeah.
because it's not Dante.
He was a good actor. I think he's very underrated.
Stop getting
He was
about her,
okay.
Jose.
Yeah.
Just let people play.
But yeah, Sean
Smash
Boswell-
Brothers sucks.
It's Sean Boswell.
21 sucks. All
Sean
the girls are ugly.
Boswell is the name of the character in Fast and the Furious.
Right.
And I think that's what Diego's going back
That's
to.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, it ends like that.
Yeah.
So
Well.
I think it should be like that. It'd be cool.
As long as this movie keeps making money, I don't think they'll stop.
But it's up to the actors. They could be like, you know what, Paul's not in there. Let's just make the last one we're done. If they want to keep doing it, get new actors.
Dude, Vin could quit. I could see Vin quit, but I don't see the other people quitting.
no,
I
they would.
can.
They
Especially
all became family. They all became
huge.
family.
They've been doing it for
Tyrese.
almost like 12 years, dude. Tyrese, his best friend was Paul Walker, so he's really
Yep.
messed up, dude. He would not do another movie without Paul. I guarantee it.
We
If
don't
it's
know.
the same
We
movie,
all have
yeah.
to just see how they feel about it. But
yeah,
Yeah, I'll
that's
film a
true.
movie without you guys. Forget you guys.
fine, whatever. Just go.
I just don't think they
I'll
will.
break
but
my
that's
leg.
just me.
Part 2.
All right.
Unless they're under contract, I guess.
We got
Yeah.
some news, and it's for David because this is his topic.
Alright,
he
David.
loves.
All right. So, I think it was on Thursday or Wednesday, Sakurai posted up a picture of Fox hitting Samus, and he posted up that all those who had like a spamming A attack will have a finishing move.
Spamming A, would that be like Kirby's like punches and
Yeah.
stuff? Is that
Yeah,
what you
Kirby's punches, Fox's kicks,
mean? Meta Knight
Falco's-
sword.
Yeah. So and Pikachu's headbutt. So all those will have a finishing move, kind of like Ike has his finishing move is third hit, right, Jose?
Yep.
So they're all gonna have something like that. That's when in the
Everybody
trailer.
will have that.
Yeah. So like that's like with the trailer with Little Mac, how you saw him do his normal A attack, and then when he was hitting Fox, he hit him up as an uppercut. It's not a different input. I don't think it is. It was the end of his normal A
You're
attack.
spamming the button, but it's not spamming the same attack.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like it, but then I don't. I don't know. I was talking with Jose about this a while back because I don't know how strong that finishing move will be.
It
No,
won't be
it
that
won't
strong.
be bad. It won't be strong.
It looked like it hit pretty. It had a lot of knockback when Lil Mac
well,
did it.
it's
And
a
Ike
trailer,
has
David.
his
but
finishing
you-
move is way strong.
You can
Yeah.
kill anybody unless
Yeah,
they're
but
like a 200.
It's a trailer too, David. They're just trying to make him look.
Yeah,
good.
we don't know if Fox was like at 200% or whatever. I doubt that's going to be a finishing move. That would be too
No,
powerful.
that'll just be just a good combo move,
Yeah.
like any fighting game. They're trying to make it more fighting game. At
And
the
the
same
Snake's
time,
Snake's
Hello.
normal A, his finishing
that's
move can
brutal.
kill you.
60%, you're dead.
It's
If he does that with you.
stupid.
That's a snake, though. That's why he's not coming back.
Oh, and then quick little thing about Smash. So I've been looking at some patterns that they've been doing. So for December, January and February, they've always revealed at least 2 new characters, or at least 2 characters that are going to be in the new game. So I'm hoping that they keep this trend up. So in March we'll get 2, in April 2, and then June we get a release date.
Do we have a quarter at least of a release date?
No.
Like,
No.
quarter.
I'm
And
gonna
it's
say
confirmed for 2014.
yeah.
now.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be fourth quarter.
I'm
Watch next
thinking
week
so,
comes
too.
out. It's like we're coming out same day as Titanfall.
I think they're waiting for that
Whatever.
Christmas. I think they're waiting for those Christmas bundle deals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
dude.
where they sell.
They're gonna look. This is
Yeah.
what I predict. They're gonna have a Wii U bundle and a 3DS bundle for the 3DS version of it, and I'm gonna buy both.
Let's be honest. Right now,
You still
Nintendo's
haven't gotten your
praying
3DS.
to anything right now that both Mario Kart and Smash Brothers will keep them off
for a little bit.
for a while.
I think they will.
Definitely will. It
The Wii
definitely
U at
will.
least, yeah.
No, for
the
the
only thing
3DS.
that I'm worried about is the only thing they have left that's really going to sell consoles like crazy. I mean, like Metroid's popular, don't get me wrong, but they got to have another Zelda if they're going to keep.
But
the
Zelda
sales
doesn't
going.
sell that much anymore. If Skyward Sword sold with an install base smaller than the PS3, I mean bigger than the PS3, sold by far smaller than Uncharted 3.
No, but the thing is, it's the same game from the GameCube. If it's a brand new Zelda
Skyward
game,
Sword?
Skyward Sword. My bad. I was
the fudge
thinking.
outta
I
here,
thought
Diego.
you said Wind
No,
Waker.
I'm making like just a real new next gen Zelda with its
Yeah.
own story. That would sell consoles.
But Zelda hasn't sold that much consoles with that one, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are getting into this
'Cause they keep
weird.
making old
they're
remakes.
making, yeah, they're keeping. I mean, I love Zelda, and I didn't even play Skyward Sword.
Well, Skyward Sword that sold really well.
Yeah, but it didn't outsold Uncharted, which was surprising
It's
for me.
Uncharted.
Yeah, it's Uncharted, and it's
But then
Zelda.
it's Zelda. Zelda's been
It's Zelda,
since
but it
Nintendo.
has its fan base. Whereas, like, what I'm getting at is, a lot of people, I don't know, the hardcore.
I'm
gamers,
saying, look
they
at the
mostly
install
buy
base,
the
though.
Bigger,
Yeah, look at the install base of the Wii, and to the PS3 was a lot more.
I guess what I'm getting at is Wii U making money, not trying to beat out the competition.
Right.
That's what I meant. To keep it going, I'm saying that they need like a Zelda. Not that it's going to be
But,
beating Infamous or anything.
No, I'm not saying that, but
To
I'm
keep
just
it
saying
alive.
I don't think it'll sell as much as Smash Brothers or
Oh
Mario
no,
Kart.
no, it won't. But I'm saying after Smash and
They need to bring
Mario
back
Kart
Metroid.
come out.
Give me that.
Give me Super
F-Zero
Metroid.
I'm
X.
saying what comes out after these
Yes.
two games.
You know what they need
There's
to
Zelda,
do?
Dynasty Warriors, Bayonetta.
But these are
Get that Dynasty Warriors crap out of here.
No. I get the Bayonetta, but it's not a. I mean, let me restate.
We're
this.
looking for
system sellers. System
Yeah.
sellers. Like
Or-
Titanfall is a system seller. Hence, you guys are buying
Yeah.
Xbox when Titanfall. What after Smash and Mario come out that is a system
It depends.
seller?
It
This is
depends
what they-
on those Zelda.
So here,
No,
let's ask
not
this
just
question.
Zelda. This is what they need to get out. That'll get system sellers again. It'll not. No, I'm not saying a lot of system selling, but just to give them enough of a push. And these are the games. Another F-Zero racing game because those were fun. You can't deny that.
I've never played.
I don't
them.
think
You
that
know,
I
would
don't
sell.
think that would
No,
sell.
but it'll give you some sales. I'm not saying a lot.
to me, that's just like another
Metroid.
wonderful one-on-one. It's just it's a nice
Metroid,
game to have. But
a Metroid game,
First person or
first
regular?
person. Third person could work too.
Third
That would be
person.
cool.
That'd be
I'm
weird.
saying give me like side-scrolling Metroid.
Either way, you could probably adjust it. And then Star Fox game, a
Okay.
good
that
one.
would be about damn time. One
Banjo-
where you don't walk around, which I like, but people didn't. Like
if
it.
Nintendo bought the characters, a Banjo-Kazooie game, an overdue one,
Microsoft is not going to do that.
yeah, that was
Microsoft's-
too rare.
or Conker's Bad Fur Day, like a remake, like a
That,
new
they
one.
won't do that either because
No.
Rare.
No,
It's
yeah.
with Microsoft now.
Yeah, they're lucky that
I
Rare
would
makes
like.
games for
I would
them.
like a Conker.
Yeah,
skin on
dude, that was
Xbox
such a
One.
fun
That
game.
would
I
be
didn't like
amazing.
it on the
So here,
360.
let me
On the
switch the
Xbox.
question
Really, I
around.
loved it.
On the Xbox,
It wasn't as
Live
good
and
as the
Reloaded was so
64
fun.
one.
Yeah,
The
Xbox,
64 one was way
The
better.
the
It's the
only
same
thing-
game.
Yeah,
It
the
was-
only
No,
downside.
you're thinking.
the
You're
same
thinking of
game.
the old one. The one that we're thinking of is Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
We're talking about Conker.
Yeah, Conker. He's
Conker Bad
The only
Thursday.
thing, the thing he didn't
Ugh.
like was it was edited in the Live and Reloaded.
Yeah, it
You
was
can't-
stupid.
All the swear words were edited.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The thing I did like though was the
Which was
multiplayer.
weird. I
It
was like-
so much fun.
that's lame. Because it was a first. It was one of the first adult-only games back on the 64.
Right.
Yep.
I will
To kind of go off Miles' point, let's ask you guys this question: if Smash Brothers gets canceled for, let's say, if that gets
How
canceled,
dare you even say that?
and
in
Mario
this
Kart
room?
gets
Fuck a
canceled, what would make you buy a Wii U?
Nothing.
Actually, the only reason I bought a Wii U is the Wii U is because I thought Smash Bros. was coming out last year and it never did,
Uh-huh.
and that's the only reason I bought it. I don't know.
See, that's the-
I
that's the
could have
problem
waited.
right now.
I could have waited.
Right.
I would say depending on the Zelda game, because when I saw like that fake preview or whatever they showed for
Hyrule
Majora's
Warriors?
Mask,
Right.
Oh
no,
yeah.
no, and then they showed one scene of Zelda fighting. I mean, Link fighting some sort of huge
Spider. The
spider
HD
thing.
version. Yeah.
The HD version. I was like, that looks amazing. It's like I would want to buy that just to play that game. So for me, it'd be that Zelda. That was how it was
If it
going
was
to be.
that Zelda.
That's just me.
I think it'd be cool to have a Zelda kind of like Uncharted.
Oh, that would be
You
tight.
went Uncharted.
Watch him go.
No, but I mean like an action adventure where you're actually like climbing the ropes and stuff, and like you're jumping around, and like you have tons of like arrow ammo, and I don't know.
You know, it'd be cool if they
like,
mixed
more
it kind of
adventure
like
style.
Uncharted and Skyrim, where you can just build up a lot of stuff and do a lot of side quests. You know,
yeah, like kind of like an RPG style element.
Uncharted and
but
or
not
Zelda
leveling up,
and
but not
Skyrim.
but not leveling up in a sense. I guess
I think
you
you
could.
need like an RPG element to
Okay.
it, kind of like Final Fantasy Lightning Returns,
Right.
like those side quests, like to get like certain things.
You know, like
Yeah.
you do side quests in the
RPG
other
style would be
Zeldas
kinda
to get.
cool.
You do side quests to
RPG
get some
goes well
stuff.
with every game except for fighting games.
The one thing we know though is Nintendo doesn't screw up Zelda games.
Yeah,
They all get almost
their
tens on every
their
game they make.
worst selling Zelda game was Twilight Princess.
I like
In a
Twilight
sense,
Princess.
no, I'm saying they're worst selling.
But what
even
if you
though it did
combine
good.
the Wii and the GameCube together? Then did it sell well?
Yes.
Yeah,
It probably outsold Skyward Sword.
Because some people already had it from the last gen. So
yeah.
We had it, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had
it
no,
for
I
the
borrowed
GameCube.
it.
It was lame though, because the thing that they changed was in
They just
Twilight
mirrored it.
Princess. Twilight Princess, he was left-handed as always, and then in the GameCube version, in the Wii version, they switched it to right-handed.
well, because they
which is lame.
mirrored it. That's it. They mirrored it, and
Because you need it for your sword.
because players were right-handed, people who held the Wiimote.
I'm not.
Even
Well,
though
I'm just saying,
yeah.
why couldn't they give you the option?
I don't know,
They're
it's stupid.
stupid.
But hopefully, this new one, since it's going to be for Wii U, I hope they use either the pad or the Game Pro
guarantee
controller,
they're gonna use the pad.
and then he comes back as a left-handed.
The Pro
because
controller
that's what-
all the way.
that's what made Link so unique as a swordsman, because he's left-handed. All the other sword fighters you see in every video game, he's right-handed. Link is the only left-handed fighter, and I think he's unique, and that's what I like about him.
True that.
So that's the thing you look at for Link. Oh,
Hey, he's unique.
I wish I could.
he doesn't kill Ganondorf. Well, it doesn't matter. He's left-handed. He's the best.
yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the 10% of the world that's left-handed.
I'm actually excited for the Smash Brothers come on the 3DS.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm gonna.
I've
get
always
3DS,
wanted
but
a
he'll play it.
handheld version of Smash Bros.
I'll
Like
just-
during like lunch or breaks and stuff.
Miles,
oh my god!
let's
just
play
watch
Smash
it.
Bros. Okay.
Let me turn on my hotspot. You know. It's
Jose, what you
freaking
doing?
awesome.
I'm painting. You want to play? Oh, sure, okay.
No, I wouldn't play it.
Take
I
a half
think
hour
it's
Shut up,
cool.
Jose.
I won't get the 3DS.
But
That's the one thing I wouldn't get.
You want to get both? I'm getting both.
The 3DS? No,
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't get it.
You don't have a 3DS?
No,
Why?
I don't need it.
you bought you bought Vita just to play Persona 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it's become one of my most favorite games.
It will
ever.
happen to Smash.
Smash Brothers it doesn't change the game from the Vita from the 3DS to the Wii U. It's the same game.
You
No,
will-
because they have to adapt it to the controls of that one. There's not. As
It might be
many-
It's the
different.
same game.
No,
You
it's
just gotta-
not.
You gotta try it out. We can't say anything until
I'll
we
try it out on your guys', but I'm
Okay.
not buying a 3DS.
It's just a portable Smash Brother 9. I'm excited for that. I think that's
Is
All
it
I hear is
crossplay?
mooching.
I don't think it's cosplay. Dude, the
Oh.
graphics are like.
Welcome to my world,
cel-shaded.
David. Who borrows
But I'm
all my
excited for
movies,
it.
my animes? That's right.
Okay.
Anyway, Diego, this
oh,
is your news.
And did you guys see the new Godzilla trailer?
Mm-hmm.
How
Oh
sick
my
was
gosh.
that?
I'm glad they're making them like the old school one.
Oh, I know. I was so happy.
And they reference like a lot of from the original Godzilla, because that one came out in 1954, and they reference kind of
Just
like
don't
they're
mess
testing
with its
everything.
babies anymore, guys. Jeez.
I think it's a direct sequel from the first one, isn't it?
No, it's supposed to be a
No.
whole reboot.
A rehash?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
A reboot.
Rehash.
My bad.
And like
Rehash.
I want to know what Godzilla's fighting, because if you saw the trailer, you see like this weird tentacle thing, that has like this bullet, and then you see like this weird spider or claw thing that hits the ground in like a few
I
seconds. You
didn't
see it.
notice that.
Yeah,
you know,
he's fighting
IGN
someone.
has a rewind analysis video. I need to watch that because they're really good at those. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I need to
so-
watch
yeah.
those, yeah.
So what I like is that this interpretation, this reboot that the US is doing, their second take on it, that Godzilla's actually gonna fight something.
I hope that he's going to protect the city and do something cool like that.
Dude,
I don't know. And what's cool is that he's not just located in New York. If you saw the trailer, he like walks all the way to Vegas or something, because you see Vegas
York?
destroyed. I'm like, what the freak?
He just walks around and Godzilla's just walking
Well,
around.
because what was it?
Nobody
what was
minds
it?
those
No,
Yes.
I was trying to say something, but I totally
I was gonna
forgot
say
that.
when they in the trailer they were showing that like the government knew about this and they were trying to
so
like awaken
funny.
it underground or
They're
something.
trying to kill it. is
Yeah,
what
they're
they
trying to
said.
kill
They're
it.
trying to
Imagine
kill
that.
and we don't really know all
Like,
the
what do you
reasons
do if
of
you're a
what's going on.
president and Godzilla's just walking down the street?
Well, if it's Obama, you know.
Live
Whoa.
coverage.
Oh, there's nothing we could do to that guy.
Oh,
Here's
wow.
day 5 of Godzilla walking. Let's watch.
We'll make a Godzilla protection plan.
When does this come out again?
Well, you have to pay some money
May?
for it.
think so.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the midnight release of that. I got to see that. I've been a
Yeah.
Godzilla fan since
I
I was
know you
little.
have. You've seen everything.
I wish I would have
basically.
bought it. I wish I would have bought it. Stuff.
Did you like Destroy All Monsters?
That was cool.
That's a good game.
The game and the movie, yeah. Both of
Oh,
them.
Final Wars. It's called Final Wars.
Oh, Final Wars.
When
See,
Godzilla-
you're not a good
Godzilla, the original
Diego
Godzilla,
knows it's Godzilla.
the
That's all
original
Diego.
Godzilla kills Zilla from the '95 remake.
Yeah,
It was cool. They were playing Sum 41, and Godzilla throws him into the Sydney
What
Opera
song?
Theater.
All to blame.
All to blame, and then
Really?
Godzilla just shoots his blast, and,
I remember
Zilla
seeing
gets
that
killed.
with
I was
you.
like, tight.
Diego was like, "This death to the fake one."
Death to Zilla. Tuna
That's
head.
awesome.
That's what they call him. Tuna head.
That's awesome.
The iguana. All right. So with our final piece of news, it's a little
Sweet.
bit of a
Sad news.
sad news again. We've had another great actor pass away this week. If you're a fan of Ghostbusters and you remember Harold Ramis, he was Ramis. He's the one that has the glasses on. He died. I don't know what the cause of. He died at the age of 69. Do you know?
Oh gosh,
Why
I
he
read
died?
about it too. I don't remember. I'll look it up really quick. But he died at 69.
Yeah.
Let me-
So-
let me look it up really quick while you guys talk about it.
Yeah. So that came as a shock. You know, I think he's the first Ghostbuster to die, right, Miles?
Yes.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
And they were, and Bill Murray was working on the Ghostbusters 3
On
script,
3, and
yeah.
so
he said he'd still go through it actually, and they actually had some issues. Bill Murray and Ramis, they were having issues. They were, I don't know, they were fighting ever since what was it, Groundhog's Day. They were having issues. They never
Groundhog's
talked
Day.
again. Yeah,
Good old Groundhog
So
Day.
hopefully they make it, and obviously his character's not going to be in the movie, but hopefully they pay like homage to him, or they
You have to. I mean,
Yeah.
that's an icon. You know, Ghostbusters is an icon of whether you've been through comics, the movies especially, or even the cartoons. Like, people know who especially here in the United States, they need to pay homage to his character.
so I'm pretty sure they will, despite them having their conflicts
Mhm.
prior to his death. So what, Miles, do you bring it up?
yeah, I just can't pronounce it. It's a rare disease. It involves swelling of the blood vessels.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
sounds
can
painful.
try. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like they have complications from autoimmune inflammatory vasculitis.
Oh, Miles, yay!
That sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, so
We're not clapping for the deceased, by the way.
they're clapping.
I'm clapping for
Yeah,
him
yeah,
pronouncing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks. That sounds like a bad way to go. Doesn't sound, you know.
Yeah, this is sad because this always happens whenever a death happens that people. We already know this. Hollywood's gonna milk Ghostbuster cells, Caddyshack cells.
Oh, yeah.
They did that with
Groundhog Day cells. They did it with Paul Walker.
special edition. Yeah, they're gonna have special edition.
I went and bought all 6 Blu-ray limited
Titanium
edition,
edition,
still
whatever, yeah.
case Fast and Furious series. I mostly wanted to buy the day it came out 7, not just because I wanted it, but also because some of the
6?
money went to Paul's charity. But I don't know. Now it's like I'm starting to see Best Buy has it on sale actually for $5 the Blu-ray Ghostbusters, and it's all sold out already. But
There's one piece of news I wanted
support
to.
his work, but it's not going to go to him. Maybe it's some of his family, but who knows?
They should go to his family. Just do it.
It
Take care of
should,
it.
but it's Hollywood.
No.
I've always wanted I've always wanted Ghostbusters on Blu-ray. Regardless, I'll get it. It's just I know people are going to start buying it now. Now they remember him after he's dead, and it's just kind of a sad.
That's
thing
that's
in the world.
always how it is. Sadly.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to add some news. Just
Okay.
one little thing. I don't know if you guys know this. Did you know that I think the U.S. is the only one that's going to have the uncut version of The Stick of Truth, and everywhere else is going to get censored.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it was everywhere else. I thought it was just the UK got some.
Oh, I guess yeah. The UK is getting censored.
Well, Australia will also have censored hugely down there.
Australia is.
That's
Australia is just
that's
gonna
sad.
see the opening scene and the ending scene. That's it. Credits.
So did you guys hear what they're doing? Because it's actually not Ubisoft. It's or the
Isn't it the country that's
it's the
asking them to
country's
censor it?
asked them to censor it, not or no. It's the licensing. What is it? I can't remember what like how we have ESRB or whatever. They have
Yeah.
like UEAA or something down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones doing it, and it was funny. So they
Oh.
they knew about this. They're like, okay, we'll help our we'll help our friends down there in the UK. So what they're doing is to censor stuff out. They're gonna put like funny pictures over like the scene. Like there's an anal probing scene with Cartman or something, and so instead of like actually showing them probing them, they're actually gonna have like little like pictures pop up in place like over like the button stuff, and instead it'll say like funny dialogue from the creators like randomly and stuff. It'll
Wait,
look cool.
are you getting this for the 360? Is that what you said?
No, I'm for PS3.
Because I think I
There's
want
no
to buy it.
multiplayer.
Oh, then I'll just buy it for
Yeah.
360. It doesn't matter.
I
It
will
seems
give-
like fun.
I haven't plugged in
like,
my
what?
360 for a long time. The reason why is because there's been a lot of exclusives on PS3 lately.
Yeah.
And it's been nice because I've been plugging in my PS4 controller into it. So lately, it's just been easier to turn on my PS3.
That's totally understandable.
Yeah. Otherwise, I get the 360, but I don't want to plug that thing in anymore.
You don't
All
want
this hassle.
I don't know what it is.
The problems of a gamer.
Lately, I've just been getting mostly Sony stuff, and I've never really been a fanboy. It's just been a little easier.
They've
for
just
my,
been coming
my
out with
room.
good games.
Well, it's been easier for my setup. It's just been easier, so I'll get on PS3, but it doesn't bother me. Woo! I talked to my Jose. Brony when he gets it on. too.
Well, that's
But you
all
talk
the
to him, but he never responds back.
That is very true. Every time I send him a request,
12 at night. I was like, I'm going to sleep.
dude, there's times when you're still on and you don't get it to, and you're like, oh,
That
it's
didn't-
just sitting there on my TV, and I was just.
Notice I didn't say I didn't
just
turn it
looking at
off.
my
I
hair
said I'm
and
going to
stuff.
sleep.
You don't message me that. You don't tell me anything. You just ignore me.
Yeah.
well, people.
Yeah, you jerk.
That's how you know Jose is gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't know. If I text you back or something, I know
It's
you're
like
going
3
to
in
be
the
up.
morning. He's still logged in.
He never turns off his TV.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, you got to realize with the PS4, it says that you're still online when you're not online. If you leave it on standby mode, if you don't turn off the console, it'll put me as if I'm online still.
I've seen it when you're.
Don't
not
you have an
online
option
before.
that says "Show
Yeah, 'cause
me
I
as
turn it off.
offline"?
No, you could turn it off, or you could log off of the PS4 as well.
But don't you have a thing that says you can show me as
away?
off or away?
I haven't checked.
Because they have that on the 360 where you can say "Show me as offline."
No, when people are gone, I mean, it shows them off quite a bit. It's just
Well, I'm just saying for Jose.
what it says for him is it says idle.
Oh, then that
you're
should
always
mean
idle.
He's not doing anything. But there's other times.
PS4 is free and it's on.
There's been other times when he's in Strider. I sent him a message and like 5 hours go by, he doesn't respond. I'm like, I hate
Yeah,
you.
because like
Hack into
this
his
is how it
PS4
works.
camera.
I told him. So when you're like playing a game, and then let's say you go to Netflix, it will suspend the game. It won't close it down. So online, it will still look as if I'm playing Strider. But Netflix or Hulu, whatever, will just play like normal.
He's just making excuses because he likes to ignore me. He's a jerk.
Wow.
You should know this by now, man.
I wouldn't make no excuses. I'd be like, oh,
True.
delete.
All right, everybody, we are done with the news.
Yay! Let's go to our random top list.
We're going to
Our main
topics now.
topics.
Yep, we're gonna do how we did before. We're gonna do one each and go in a circle. So this week was my turn to pick, and my topic is our top 3 what the F moments in anime. Now this can be a surprise, like a transformation or a new power up, whatever, or it
You
could
stop
be just
saying
something,
stuff that's already in my plans.
or say something that just you're just like,
It's
did
just
that really just happen? Like it's just a head scratcher.
any what the F moments.
Any type, whether it's surprising, crying, whatever it may be.
I want to be last because I'm still thinking about this.
And we're gonna go one each.
I
We're gonna
told
go one
David,
each
even though
anyway.
he wanted a top 3, I'm sorry. They're just going to have the top ones that come in my mind because there's so
Yeah, I
many.
was out of it
There's
this
so many WTF moments
I have-
inside of
I've-
anime. It's ridiculous to do a number 3 on that.
My number 3 kept switching out, but my number 2 and 1 have been set for a while now.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, thanks to Jose.
Really?
So these aren't like
Yeah.
comedy reliefs. They can be anything.
They can be if you want, but
It's just something that you weren't expecting. Anything.
I'm pretty sure me and David have one of the same.
I made sure I don't do that. Don't do
My
that face
sexy
again.
pose.
No, I don't want to see that again. Please
Sexy
don't do
pose,
that.
sexy pose.
Want me to do that? What's his name?
No, don't do that. All right, we're gonna have.
Oh, God.
Okay, so I will go.
Bro hoof.
So I will go first.
Sure.
All right, so my
All right,
number.
Jose, what's one through yours?
Oh.
I'm just messing with you, David.
Always trolling on me.
Okay,
Okay, so just so you know, there will be spoilers on this.
When they decided to make an X-Men anime. That was not what the moment.
yeah, the Wolverine anime.
Oh, wow.
Iron Man anime.
Jamba Juice.
Anyway, so my number 3 comes from an anime called Elfen Lied. Is it? That's how you say
I was
it?
gonna
Lied.
do that one. All right, go ahead.
Alright.
I always call it F and Light.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But when I said that, someone
Eat
just said,
in the East. Well, I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Somebody needs to feed me. David, buy me food.
"Fudge
All
you."
right, let's get to
Fudge
the
me. I don't
topics
want fudge.
first.
Well, too bad then. That's all you get. So anyway, so
I don't
in this
take it.
show, I'm not gonna explain too much of the story. But basically, there's someone who's had human experimentation, and she has these power, and there's like these invisible arms that can kill anyone, and so they kind of go into her backstory and how she's always had this power, and in one of the scenes, she meets the guy protagonist, and she wanted to go to a festival together with him, but he said, I can't, I'm busy. I'm going to be with my cousin. And so she goes, she's lonely, and she goes to the festival anyway, and she sees him with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, mind you, they're like 10, 11 years old at this time.
Though they look 17 or 18.
No, they look 10.
Okay.
But anyway,
Making sure.
so she gets way pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And so she gets on the train with them, and so it's she's there, and then he's there with his cousin and his dad and mom, I believe. And then she goes AWOL. She goes way crazy, and so she starts killing everyone with these invisible things. And then she gets to his sister, and mind you, this is the cousin. She's like 8, 7 years old, and she cuts her in half and like slashes her like no other. And this show is already like you already see like these weird cut. Like you see this girl just get her fingers cut, like all 4 or 5 of them. But this one was interesting to see this little girl who's 7 and just get thrashed and killed like no other, and then kill the dad. Like it was really, really graphic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, that really happened. Like I wasn't expecting him to show all that. I was expecting to maybe see her get like maybe as a silhouette of her being impaled and then going black. But that one was just, ugh. So that's my number 3.
I still need to finish that anime. I've only watched like 3 episodes, but
It's a good one.
A little. It's kind of slow.
It gets slow, but then it picks up.
Okay.
So that's my number 3, Elfin Lied. That scene. So Jose, you're next.
I'm next.
Lied, whatever.
Lord.
Which way to go?
Diego.
I don't
Diego's going last. After
What is going
so it
on?
goes me, then it goes you.
Do you want me to do one? What do you think?
Well, I have him in my mind, but I don't know which way I want to put him in.
Yeah.
Let's go
Go with
with
the funny one first.
Like
To lighten
the
the
video
mood.
you sent me?
you want. Okay, I could do that one.
Yeah,
then.
that's a good one.
no.
Yeah, that's a total WTF moment.
The
man.
third pick has to go to a one episode show called Plastic Nissan.
Oh my god.
I've only seen the opening of that show.
I've only seen the clip he showed me. It was horrible. It was a totally. I texted him too. WTF? Question mark. So this fits.
So this was a recommendation from the anime club up at the University of Utah.
Shouts out to them.
Shouts out to them. And since I'm not able to walk around still, I decided to watch it. It was one episode, and in this particular clip, you see the main character. I can't remember names, but you see them walking down the stairs, and then you see this 2 guys bullying these 2 student council members from their school. So they're like, okay, we should call the cops. And then this baseball guy appears randomly. He's like, hey, don't worry, I'll do it. He's like, just hold my back. So he jumps from the stairs down, and he just takes off running. And in my mind, when I saw that, I thought he was just running to his house, classic comedy moment. But he actually runs to the street where they're at. They go behind the alley, so he follows them, and then he's like, hey, you need to let them go. He's like, let them go? You screwing with us? It's like, you think I'm screwing with you? I'm gonna show you how we let them go, or something like that. And then he just he puts his arms up, and then he just flexes it as his arms
It's like
are
if
putting
somebody
down.
points a gun at you and you
Yeah.
put your hands up behind your hands. That's how he gets in a pose and goes into like a horse stance.
And then
Oh
he
my
just
God.
flexes, and his shirt like falls off, like it rips
Flies
off.
off.
It rips off, and he has a bra, like a black bra. So they're like, "What the freak?" It's like, "Oh, you like it naughty, don't you?" So this kind of changes depending on which subtitle version you see. But then all of a sudden, he raises his hands up again, and then just like puts them down, and kind of like puts his chest forward, and the bra just like flies off, and it hits one of the dudes in the face.
What the fuck?
It doesn't hit him
That's
hard
my
enough to knock
point.
him down. It just hits him there, and then he, like it starts like slowly fall down, and then his friend's like, it's like, you gotta enjoy the moment. He's like, we're gonna mess this guy up. It's like, wait a second, look at his body, and then he's like all flexing, and then
Thrust
he's,
starts thrusting.
You see him? No, this is before that. You see him like all like he's ripped,
He is
right?
buff as crap.
So he's like, all right, guys, you gotta enjoy it, and then he's put his hands behind his head again, and then he starts thrusting. He's like,
He's just doing like a thrust and he comes out and they just
Yeah,
freak
he
out and run.
he comes at them, and they're running, and then the 2 guys that were being bullied, they're like just standing there, and then he's like, you guys might want to run too. And then the guy's like, you mean us? So all of them take off the alley, and then you see one of the school guys fall down, and then the guy that was bullying him comes and helps him up, and then they take off, and then you just see him coming out of the alley, and then he turns around, and the police guys are like talking to him, and it's like, that that's your story? It's kind of a weird story. Here, put this jacket on, and then you see him like, That's how that episode
And then
ends.
they drive him off in the cop car,
Yeah,
right?
that's how that ends. And
When
then
he
you
sees
see
the girl,
the
he's
you see
looking by the
you see the face of the main girl, plastic girl, and she's like, Yahoo! That's how it ends.
Oh my god!
That's
Is that
awesome.
episode 1?
I think they're like mini episodes. So all of the link that I sent you guys was all of the episode. The first link, the
Oh, they're
second
like
link was
2,
just
3.
that. Yeah, they're like
Okay.
2-3 episodes long.
Holy cow!
That whole show has stuff like that. I might put a number 2 just with them again.
That's so awesome, bro.
All right, Miles, let's hear you.
Okay, I'm just gonna mention one, just a random one then, because I don't have a top 3. Fully Cooley.
The entire series.
That whole series is a whole WTF. But the best moment to me is when they went to the manga chapter.
Oh yeah,
We didn't have enough money to make this, so we're gonna use manga chapters. And they're just like going fully Cooley about like, did you fully? My fully, this Cooley, and it's just oh
Fully
my
Cooley.
gosh. It's just this weird scene where they're having dinner, and then they reference like if like they're doing the naughty together or something. They're saying it's fooling and cooling around, and it's just the weirdest
So not
scene
the,
I've ever seen in the.
how do you furi kuri? You furi kuri like this.
Like this.
Fully Cooley.
Falling around, fooling around, fully coolly.
We need to actually post some links to these WTF
Yes,
moments.
yes.
But that part, I was just watching the anime, and not only was it weird, but then it gets into that. And I'm just like, what am I watching? And they're like, they even mention, like, oh, we don't have animation for this.
So
It's like,
Nauta,
really?
what is furikuri?
I
How
don't
should
know.
I know? You're the main protagonist. You should know. Who cares what furikuri is?
Yeah, it's like it just drops the ball on, like, what the anime's doing, and then it just goes into, like, the actors just go crazy about this scene.
Another anime
like
that
talk
you
to each
could
other.
pick almost anything and it'll be a what the F moment. Furi kuri.
Gosh, yeah. So that one, I guess that goes out to just an anime in general. If you guys want a good WTF movie or show, that's a great series. So that'd be mine. I know mine's a little short, but it was just
No,
that
no,
was
that's
just
fine.
a big WTF to me when I was watching that scene.
Diego.
I have one. It's not. Well, it's a WTF moment. It made me think for a second
It
because
could
I
be
was
your
being
opinion. Doesn't
stupid.
matter.
I was watching Odo Rocket, and
You
there's
watch Oedo Rocket?
yeah.
Shout
There's a scene where I guess it's a scientist.
Uh-huh.
The guy, he's like, I'm so stupid. He's like, the only way I can count to 21 is if I'm naked.
Wait, I think I've seen a clip of it. What's it called?
Odo Rocket.
Yeah, I've seen a clip
And
of
I was
it.
all like, for a second, I was like, what did he say? How do you get to 20? I was like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh! And then I couldn't help but
The
laugh.
scientist is a guy in
I
case you
think
can't
you
tell.
got it. That's awesome.
Diego can make a 20.5.
Oh,
23?
Oh, what?
Oh, it's that extra.
You gotta
long
get that
finger.
checked out.
You can't defer which one's the leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yay, Diego number 3.
So that's my number 3. That was
That's
funny.
a good WTF moment.
Yeah, it was.
All right, mine. Okay, my number 2. It comes from. Diego watched this show first. It's called Girls Bravo.
okay.
This show is way edgy.
Oh,
so,
throw Diego under the bus. Huh?
Johnny Bravo.
No.
yes, Johnny Bravo. Girls Bravo.
That was a WTF show.
Yeah, this one was way crazy. So
I think I know what he's talking about too.
So what?
The mall?
Do you know her? Is it the mall?
The
It's
mall?
when she's shopping.
Yeah, the banana.
Oh my god!
What the heck?
Okay, so she's from a different
I
world.
don't know what this is.
She's from a different world, and she gets to the world that the main protagonist is in through a bathtub, and so she doesn't know anything about this world. And so she's going, and she wants to get food, and so she gets to this. She goes to the mall, and she gets to this food place that sells vegetables, and so she just wants to buy and eat it. And the guy stops her. He's like, "You can't do that. You have to pay for it." And it's like, "Oh, okay." And then they start talking, and he starts telling like his life story basically to her. And so she gets a banana and she starts eating it. But what you see this in the background while he's talking, and the way that she's eating the banana was, you're like, really? Is that what she's doing? Because she's just putting
girl's
it in
skilled.
and out of her mouth,
Hold
and
on,
she's like
what's this?
licking it as if like she's
Give
licking
it a BJ.
something else. Yeah, and I'm just
Let's
like,
just be honest.
I was just like, what the freak? And he's looking at her, watching her eat this banana, sucking on him, just like, really?
Licking the tip and,
And
getting
does
all-
this show have like stuff like that all the time in it?
Most likely.
This was like the worst one out of it all.
But I'm just like, really?
Oh, don't worry. I actually remembered my number 1, and I can top it.
And
I think I could top that one.
So I was just thinking, I had to rewind it because like, they did not just do that. And everyone's like, oh yeah, they did. I was almost done. I was like, I'm not gonna watch it anymore.
But you watch.
I have a
And then
number two now.
and then I watched the rest. But yeah, so Girls Bravo, that show, that scene, my number 2. What the F moment, Jose.
I'm saying quick shout outs to, I think it's Monogatari or Nise Monogatari. I haven't seen this series, but when I saw this clip, it reminded me right now when you showed me that. I was like, what the freak are people watching? So this is not it.
This isn't hentai.
So you guys know, I watched that on my phone so nobody would see, like, what are you watching on the TV?
Because headphones on.
Because it's so bad.
If you didn't have your headphones on, they'd be like, "Oh, he's watching porn, some hentai." It's not hentai, it's porn. What is she doing to that banana?
Okay.
If I walked in on that, I would not know.
Nise Monogatari has a bunch of stuff like that.
That
as well.
sounds so familiar.
That's one of like the animes that are pretty popular. Well, it started with Monogatari,
I've heard of that one.
and then it became Nise Monogatari, and then there's Monogatari season 2, and then there's Neko Monogatari. Then
Sure.
there's Katana Monogatari. There's a bunch of those.
Anyway.
Katana Monogatari is the best one. But I'm not going to mention that one. I'm going to show you guys that one later. My number 2 has to go with K-On!
What part? Which one?
I think I know which one you're talking about. But
Let's see.
go.
Let's see. Tell me.
No, I'm gonna have you go first.
you tell me.
No.
Just quickly
Go.
say it.
Does it involve Mio?
No.
Then no.
Well, maybe. I can't remember.
You don't
names.
know what?
It's the pickle part, David.
Yeah. Okay.
Explain-
Yeah. I know what
explain
you're
that part.
talking about.
Explain that part.
Why do I have to explain it?
Because I don't know the names.
Okay, so you know this is Jose's number 2, but
Yes.
David will explain it.
Okay, so basically, I think it's in the beginning of the episode,
Sure.
and it's Yui and Sumagi, and it's like a dream that she's having, and they're eating rice and in the table, and they're like, and Yui's looking at Sumagi, and they're eating. She's like, Sumagi, and she's like, yeah. It's like, can I ask you a question? It's like, yeah. It's like, well, how are your eyebrows so big? It's like, oh, they're not eyebrows, they're pickles. Like, what? And she's staring at you like, can I eat them? Yeah, go ahead.
We need to make sure to get clips for everybody on this.
She's like, yeah, go ahead. So Yui grabs her chopsticks and like takes it off, puts it on her rice, and eats it.
Oh man, that was a classic.
That was
one.
a weird moment. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Well, David ruined it. Thanks for ruining it. Because at that point, you didn't know it was she was dreaming. Because she wakes up after that.
Yeah, well, of course it's a dream.
You don't know.
And when they make pickles
It's
out of
anime, David,
yeah, but it's slice of life anime.
and it's a slice of pickle.
Shut up.
So that's my number 2.
2.
Yeah,
Miles, what's your number 2?
was
this
quick.
one's gonna be a little.
that's a good one.
This one's gonna
Yeah.
be a little hard for me as well. So like I said, I don't really have a particular list that I'm doing of top, except for actually I just remember my top 1 though. So number 2, I'm just gonna do I guess a random one.
Random.
Let's see here. I think one of the first. I'll just do my first WTF moment in anime that I ever seen.
Okay.
It was
Blue Gender?
It's hard to say which one was number 1 on this, but it's 2 different pieces. It was during the Frieza saga of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
The first WTF moment was because me and David, when we first watched this, we didn't know what Super Saiyans were. There was only the legend that we heard from Vegeta, but we didn't really look at.
Saiyajin.
So before that happened, I think it was, gosh, there's a lot of moments. I guess I just say the Frieza saga in general. It's not only like when Krillin died, like the whole season, like Krillin dying, and then it just escalated to even worse. It's like they kill Frieza with the spirit bomb after 7 damn episodes of filler. When he finally, you think he's dead and he's still alive, he kills Krillin, whatever, and then I think the biggest moment was just like when Goku turned Super Saiyan. Like you knew, like even though you didn't know what a Super Saiyan was, when you saw him turn and it was just his US, so it's just so damn epic. I was just like, what the F is he really turning into a? Is this what the Super Saiyan is? You knew it was, and then he just turns over and looks at Frieza, and you're like, "Oh, shit's gonna get real." Like that was the coolest.
Yeah.
That was the coolest moment in anime where it's just like, "What the F is going on?" And he turns into this awesome gold thing. He was like, "Oh man, shit's going down. This is awesome." And that was the coolest like WTF moment in anime history for me. So I'll put that as my number 2. But my number 1 is pretty crazy. I'm trying to find a clip for you guys right now.
I have a number 2. I didn't watch the anime, all of it. David watched a little bit of it. He showed me this part, and I laughed and thought this was a
I don't
weird
remember this.
freaking moment. This is off, once I say it, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This is off of Nichijou.
No, Nichijou.
Oh, okay, I know which one you're talking
And
about.
so,
Nichijou.
the blue-haired girl, she wants to borrow, what's the brunette's notebook, math notebook. And the girl's like, okay, that's fine. She's like, whatever. you know, she's reluctant because she wanted the girl to do her own math homework. But she's like, fine. And she's like, wait a minute. I did something last night.
Wait, isn't it backwards?
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the blue girl's the one that
blue,
did that.
yeah, the blue hair gives it to the brunette.
Yes.
Yeah,
and the blue haired girl, she's like, wait a minute.
Chan, I think is her name.
She's like,
because Mai
wait a
Chan
minute.
is the other one with the
Okay,
glasses.
okay, I'm talking here. The blue haired girl's like, wait a minute. I did something.
Freaking
What did I do?
dictator?
And she's like, and she drew yaoi. She drew two man
Yep.
getting it on. She's like, no, I need it back. And she's like giving every excuse in the book. She's like, no, I need it. I forgot this is my English homework. He's like, but it says math. Oh, well, it's a trick one. And it's like, I need it back. So she grabs it and the girl's like, and she just runs off with the homework. She's like, no.
Because she realizes something's up.
Yeah, so she's running, and then they're just chasing each other, and then it gets intense because the girl's like, I'm never going to catch her. And then she's like, I can't catch her. And it just gets all intense. The animation gets super intense. And it's like, just running, and it just looks like a freaking ridiculous movie kind of a thing. And then the girl trips over, and it's like, are you okay? Takes it, and she runs off. I was like, what the hell was that?
Nichijo's full of those moments as well.
Oh, that was good, Diego.
That was a weird, I just saw it and was like, I gotta watch this whole show.
okay?
Okay, I'll find it.
You can find many a clip of Nichijo.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to go to number one. If you can, give 2 honorable mentions. I will give 2.
Okay.
One
If
is
you
from...
can.
If you can. One is from School Rumble. Okay, so it's if you've seen it, it's a huge love comedy. And it's a part where Haruma is staying at Tenma's house. And Tenma is basically misunderstood that Haruma's in love with Yakumo.
Mm-hmm.
And so what he's trying to do is at night, he's trying to go into her room to tell her, no, I love you. And it's at night. He goes into the room and he's like, Tenma, it's you I love. And so he opens and he lifts up the sheets and he sees a cat. And it's Yakumo's cat. He's like, Yakumo's cat. He's like, this is Yakumo's room. Now the sun, like all the lights become like dark blue. It's like, what's that? And he's breathing. You can see he's breathing. And you see Tenma like climb up the wall, turn her head 100 degrees, all red
Like the
eyes.
ring? Yeah.
I was just like, what the fudge?
That's a good one.
So that's one. The second one is from Nichijo as well. So in between some of the episodes, they have these weird like 20-second skits, and in one of them,
Helvetica Standard.
yeah, not that one. It's something different. So there's one that they do in the beginning where they have 2 guys that have eggs for heads, and they're just like doing this. They're doing jump rope thing.
Jump rope, yeah.
And so in one of them, the brown haired girl, she's trying to get in. She's like jogging, ready to go in, and she jumps. And she does like this weird like aerial spiral thing, and then she just falls
Flat on the face.
And then they hit her with the rope. I'm just like, what the f? That was hilarious. They had tons of those.
Yeah,
I think the first one that they did too was funny because she goes up and she jumps and they hit her in the head, and it's just randomness. What the f moments that show?
Do you know what anime company did that one?
No.
I think it was surprising. It's Kyoto Animation.
Really?
Yep.
That does surprise me. That doesn't look like Kyoto Animation to me.
Exactly. It doesn't look like K-On at all.
No, there's no K-On. What? This isn't Beyond the Boundary. All right. So my number one has to come from Neon Genesis, from the movie The End of Evangelion.
Really?
Yeah. So, well, mind you, I watched this when I was 16, 17, and I wasn't prepared what was going to happen. And it's in the first 5 minutes of the movie. So basically, Shinji.
Skit.
So basically, Shinji, he's. If you haven't seen it, it kind of just complete this. It finishes the series off, and so Shinji is going to visit Asuka, who's still in this kind of coma state.
Wait, is it that one that I was mentioning? No.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so he's just like looking at, like trying like to wake her up, like getting pissed off that she's still asleep. So he's like, I need you, come on. He shakes her, and then like he shakes her hard enough that she like turns around and her shirt opens up, and you see her boobs. And then he just looks at it, and all of a sudden like it pans over to the to like the door, and you see that it says locked, and you hear like this breathing go like. And then all of a sudden he'll go, and I was like, did he just? And all of a sudden you see his hand and it's all covered in serum. Like, oh my gosh, he jerked off to her while she's in the hospital.
That was such a WTF.
And
I
he's
agree.
like,
That was a good.
And
David.
he's like, I'm so effed up. I'm like, heck yeah, you are.
That
What
was
the f? You don't do that at a hospital.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You didn't do that at home.
And
Good. That was a good number one.
And right after I saw that, it was Hipster Paul that recommended me this series and recommended me to watch this movie. I called him like, "What the f, Paul? Why didn't you tell me this is in that movie?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry." He's like, "That's something you can't forget. That's scarring. I don't want to see that ever again." Luckily, I haven't seen that movie ever again, so
we'll watch it again.
you can watch it again. You can watch it by yourself if you
I'm
want.
gonna sell that complete series.
Just don't mention that part. Or if you're gonna sell it on someone who likes hentai, to like, "Oh yeah, watch this part."
I remember I called you about that too. I didn't even watch the movie. I can't remember how I was like looking at reviews of Evangelion or something, and then that came off, and I was like, "What the freak, David? Get the f off your high horse. This show sucks now."
Hentai Paul would like it.
No, nobody likes that.
But anyway, that's my number one from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Good.
Pepe.
2 honorable mentions have to go. Number 1, Princess Jellyfish. Princess Jellyfish, at one point, I won't get too much into it because it'll take a while, but the main girl is going to the main guy's home, and when they get there, there's this one secretary lady or something like that, and she gets off, and she tells her that she did it with this guy's brother, the older brother, and she's like, "No way, it can't be." And so she like falls down the main girl. It's like, "Yeah, we did it, and then this and that," and then the brother is like getting angry, and he's like, "You know what? You're lying because I know that my brother," and then he quits for a little bit, and she's like, "What do you know?" And it's like, "That my brother is a virgin," and then you see, like you hear like the snap, and then her face just goes like white. She's like, and then I was like, "What the freak?" But then what really got me is that she comes back out of nowhere. There's a picture of a Pegasus flying right behind her, and sure enough, she does the Pegasus punch from Saint Seiya. And I was like, "What the freak?" All right. That got me laughing. I was like, "Okay, shout outs to my childhood, pretty cool." So that was my one honorable mention. My second honorable mention comes from Bigata HK. I can't remember exactly what gets to this point, but it was when what's her name? Yamada. She gets angry, and she does the kick, and then when she does the kick, you see like the wave, and an eagle comes out. Now that's straight up a reference to Captain Tsubasa or the Super Campeones. So I was laughing on the floor, even though that wasn't really funny. I was laughing. I was like, "Oh," because this was back to back. So one day I finished Princess Jellyfish. The next day I finished Bigata HK, and I saw that, and I was on the floor. I was like, "Oh, these animes are the best." they mentioned my childhood. So that's why I had to pick them as the
Nice
honorable mentions. Just funny as heck. Number 1. See, I could go Kill la Kill. I could go Oe the Rocket. I could even go Negima. Negima.
You saw that? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Chupa Polo.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of the Chupa t-shirt. Chupa tees. But actually, I want to give it to something like not that many people might know about. So, dang it! Because you guys took Nichijou. That one was pretty cool.
You can still take Nichijou.
No, there's a bunch of those. I'll go with. There's so many I could do. Let's go with. So you went a little bit serious. I'm gonna go with something a bit more serious. I think. No, that's not serious. That's just let's go Kill la Kill. And I talked about this a while ago.
Kill la Kill. That's a good WTF series. There you go.
That is filled with it.
So
that is
Kill la Kill. I am on the fence. Like there's some episodes that I'm like, oh my gosh, why would you do that? And then 2 episodes or 1 episode comes and then you like totally redeem themselves. But this part was in the point where it was 2 episodes in, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy this one. I'm not even gonna finish it.
It's just the animation, you know.
And it's a studio that I love. But regardless, the scene that I'm talking about is the main girl. Well, not the main girl. What's it called when there's not a protagonist? The antagonist?
Yeah, that's the.
She goes to her mother's place because she's like really rich and she has all this money, and then she's like, "Come here, go take a bath." And then she goes to the bath and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take over the school," whatever. She's thinking something. And I was on my cell phone, so I was like texting or watching YouTube. I can't remember. all of a sudden, like, this light comes up and, like, my room gets light up. I was like, what the frick? I look up, and it's the mother coming into the bathhouse. So then there's the mother and the daughter, and they're just sitting there talking, and she's like, don't worry, I'll give you the ceremonial cleansing or something like that, right?
That sounds nasty.
Well, I was like, Japanese like to rub each other's back, whatever. That's their prerogative.
Big words.
Yeah, I know.
Whis?
Least. Next thing I know, the antagonist is laying down on the. You can't really see any. You don't see anything. She's laying down, like chilling, like about to go to sleep, and then the mother's like holding one hand. She has her by the chin, and then the other hand is kind of like going through her body. And it gets to the point where where it's going.
Yeah.
She's touching
went down.
Yeah, she's touching intimate parts. I'm like, hold on a second, girl. This is your daughter. What is she doing? And then, sure and behold, the next second, all of a sudden you just hear and then of course it's anime.
Like that,
yeah, of course, anime. You see like the pink cloud or whatever, and then you see her face. I'm like, no way. And after that, like, she grabs her towel like she was violated, and she just walks off like it's something normal.
Skeet.
And I was like, what the freak, man? Like, seriously, this is your daughter. This is ceremonial. Didn't it ever occur to you as a creator, or even in this whole story plot, that this just might be a little bit too messed up for this? And I was ticked. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to watch this. Next episode, best action scene I've seen in any anime in a while.
Skeet.
I was so pissed, though. I like, even to this day, I kind of feel the same way about Shinji, the way that you do.
Yeah,
like, that was a scene.
Awkward
that was a scene that,
like that
I didn't need it to see it, and I don't think needed to be there.
Yeah,
as
it's
an
not
anime.
needed.
I mean, later on, it'll kind of
Makes sense.
doesn't really make sense, like, because they don't reference it again, but you see why, to the mother at least, this isn't that weird.
Mm-hmm.
But still
weird.
Yeah. So that's my number one.
All right. Nice, Jose. Now, Miles.
Okay. It's funny because it's all my number one as well is for my top WTF is also a sexual scene.
Of course, it's always.
It was just this is the weirdest.
They know how to push those buttons.
This is the weirdest anime I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
Bobo.
Weirdest anime beyond Fully Cool and everything. This is a weird anime. It's on Netflix.
is Plastic Nissan weird?
I don't know if any of you guys. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. It's called Rin. Daughter of.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Have you seen it?
I've seen parts of it.
Have you seen?
I don't think I've seen the part that you're gonna reference though.
Okay,
I would have known.
It's only 6 episodes. It's on Netflix. You guys can watch it.
I don't know if I
This
want to
show,
know.
it was back. It was back when I was dating this girl, and she was just getting into just watching some anime. She didn't really watch anime, and she turned on this one.
We shan't.
Oh God, this is a great experience for her venturing out on herself and watching an anime by herself. So I decided to sit down with her and watch it, and we were both. What the fuck?
Just be quiet.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get to a quick detail. This anime, Rin Daughters of Minamosne, or however you pronounce it. I was trying to find a clip for you guys to watch. I'll show you later. If we post a clip, it's gonna be make sure you're at least like 17 or older kids. Anyway, it's not a hentai or a harem. It has some fan service, but no, it actually tries to depict it like a rated R movie would in real life.
Okay.
It didn't try to depict it like it was for fan service. So it's like Ghost in the Shell. Like when there's nudity, it was just because it's rated R as nudity. They weren't trying to depict it as sexual. So anyway, there's this. She's a vampire, the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Rin, and she owns its own business, and she helps out like other immortals and stuff. And there's just this scene where she starts getting into this dirty business about this mystery about these little like jewel things that hold souls or something. I'm not going to get into the whole story, but anyway, there's this guy, and he comes into. It's one of her clients. He comes breaking into like her hotel, and he comes to attack her. And he grows wings, like these devilish wings, and he's another vampire.
Oh.
And he grabs her, and she's in a hotel where it's like tons of windows of glass, and he just jumps her out of the glass. They go falling on the air, and then his wings flap her, and he just rips her clothes off. And as he's taking her through the skies, he's doing the crap out of her. It's like the second episode.
What the?
Exactly. We're watching this, and she's talking to him, and they're literally having sex mid-flight over the town.
So they just talking like
That's every girl's dream.
Like something to do, Hey,
anyway, it was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen in anime. I'm like, what? am I
Wait,
watching?
did you see this with your ex? Like both of you at the same time?
And it was funny because we're like eating nachos, like homemade nachos, and we're just, and then we just slowly turn to each other. We don't say anything, and then we just go back eating nachos and watch the show.
What did the show?
Our mouths were dropped.
Mas was like, how can I do this?
And the whole time we're watching,
I gotta learn how to fly.
The whole time we're watching it, we just have like a
Or grow
curved.
wings.
We just have a curved eyebrow, like just watch this show. Like, what the fuck are we watching?
I wish I could curve my
I don't know
eyebrow.
what WTF. The fact that this actually happened, or the fact that they just go back to watching
And eating nachos?
We weren't even. Then after the end of the episode, we're just like, we even both said out loud, "So what the f did we just watch?"
That entire story is your number one.
Next
Not
episode.
just, yeah.
There's only 6 episodes, and ever since I watched it, I'm just like, I still don't know what the hell today I watched.
I feel
That's
sorry.
only one scene. There's a lot of weird stuff in that show.
I feel sorry for the vampire dude. Apparently, he's not packing anything.
Like,
If
apparently.
they're just talking around like it's normal.
Yep.
No, they were kind of talking, but I mean, she was still moaning.
Oh,
Okay, let's...
It's a weird anime. It's rated R, guys. Okay, but it was,
Diego-
it's not a hentai or anything. It was just a rated R movie show, and it's just
How
the weirdest scene. And it's not all the time. It's
Right.
just a weird, like, it was just all business throughout the whole episode. And at the very end of the episode, this starts happening. We're just like, what the hell are we watching now?
That's
Like, what is going
trippy,
on?
dude.
now
It was just out of the place from the show. Is all.
quickly before we go to Diego. Now do you see, David, why I said that Big Ata HK, even though it's considered ecchi, is not as bad as other animes?
Yeah, that show is still just like...
that show is like child's play compared to whatever we said right now.
Yeah, there's no vampire humping some girl while flying.
Nobody
That's what you get when you like Twilight.
Nobody eating no banana.
Yeah, no.
And with that, we go back to Diego.
Diego, redeem us.
So,
No sexual.
If it's the same video that he showed Miles, he's not going to redeem us.
so I have two.
you're-
Two honorable mentions.
Okay.
One, I don't know the anime, but
I didn't
I
even do
just
any
I
animals,
just
did I?
Googled it.
Uh-huh.
I YouTubed it, but it's weird. So this guy, he looks like one of the main characters in High School of the Dead, the fat dude.
Okay.
Looks like him. Looks like it's not him.
Uh-huh.
But it's this anime. And he's all like,
I know
he
this
proclaimed his love to somebody, and he's like
Yes.
hugging her. He's like, "Oh, I love you," and he looks, and it's a bear.
Which has a
Oh
scar.
gosh, you're gonna talk.
Yeah,
his
and
face.
and the bears are like
You
blushing.
just showed me this one.
The bear's blushing, and it's like, no, and you see him on the floor. He's like, no,
Trying to get out of the bush.
You see the bush, and you see this girl walking by, and you see the bear just thrusting. He's like,
Oh my god, what the frick are you watching?
I don't know. The bear raped him, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I showed Miles, and I was like, huh? I was like,
Anime people.
I don't know
what is the anime is that, Jose?
I don't. How would I know?
I don't know. I just YouTubed it right
You
now,
just
like 10
YouTube
minutes
what the f moments, really?
Yeah.
That's gay.
Well-
It's supposed to be your WTF, not
Well,
search for it.
I
But
couldn't.
that
I
became
couldn't-
his WTF now.
I couldn't
Oh,
say
yeah.
no. It was just. Okay, the second honorable mention is.
It might not be a YouTube one. It better be
No,
something
this
you
one's
watch.
I watched.
Okay.
This one
Oh,
was.
he did watch the YouTube. Believe me.
Well, you know
this
what I
one
mean.
is from Chobits. It's the first episode when he gets Chi, and he's trying to figure out how to turn her on.
Oh,
And he's like, "How do you turn her on?" He's like, "I pushed every button that did everything." And he's like, "There's one place I haven't pushed." He's like,
Sure
between her
enough.
legs, and he's like, "Do do 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 yeah."
this
do, do."
show was not. I remember you guys talking about.
It's a good
Chobits.
show, but it had some weird parts like that.
And
Hey, Becky.
I turned it on Netflix. I put it on and I played, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This isn't what I was expecting."
yeah, it
This
didn't-
is hentai.
This isn't. I'm not gonna watch this. I think I watched. Like,
It's a
on and
good
off.
series, but it's just that with some weird stuff.
It's kind of like when you go back to other animes and you don't remember it was there, or Toonami edited the crap out. That's how it
Yeah,
happened
like
to
Dragon
me.
Ball Z, when I saw like people getting cut in half or people blowing up, I was like, I don't remember seeing this. This is
No,
weird.
I think the one that I remember seeing when I first saw it on Cut was when Frieza impales Krillin with his
Oh yeah,
horn.
she just starts.
Oh,
she
and he's like,
And
ride
it's
him,
like-
cowboy.
Yeah. And I was just because they didn't show
worst
any
dubbing
of that.
ever.
They didn't show any of that in the Toonami. Then when I
and
saw it
then
on
she
Cut, I was
drinks
like,
his blood too.
You didn't even
Yeah.
get to see the spike in him. You just knew what happened.
and then you're just like, I was watching. I was
Like
like,
put two and two together. Like I recently been watching the Tenchimuyo OVA, and I
Good
didn't
man.
know that freaking Ryoko and what's the other girl?
Princess
Ayami.
Ayami.
I didn't know they were butt naked in that one of the
Oh,
episodes.
you didn't?
Yeah,
No.
they were wearing bathing suits in the anime.
No, they were
Yeah.
colored. They were
They-
just colored.
Yeah, it was colored. They
Well,
put
even if
fake
it-
ones on them.
Even if it was colored, I would have rather
Yeah.
had that because that ruined my childhood. I was like, they're naked. No, dang it. because I don't like that.
See, I realized they were probably naked, but I never saw the unedited version.
I was so weirded out. I was like, "What the freak? This is Tenchi Muyo? This is not what I remember."
Yeah, it's
This
always
is
been. It's
hentai?
always been like an adult harem.
Well, that one.
And back
not,
to Diego.
Not the Tenchi Muyo. Anyway, go Diego.
My number one. That one's really hard. It's what is it?
What can top the bear doing?
I thought that was.
I don't think
your number
anything
one.
could top the bear.
No, it
Oh, you
has
guys
to-
need to see my scene.
from
I was
from
doing
Baka and Test.
It's
What?
Hideyoshi.
Wait, it might. Just go. I think I
Season
know which
what
one.
is- just go tell me.
Season
Which
1,
one?
Season 2.
No, David, just
No. Tell me season 1 or season 2.
Just guess what it is.
No.
Come on, just say. Come on.
Our listeners.
Just
are
go,
gonna anticipate
Diego.
it, too.
It's on season 1.
Okay.
I don't know that.
No, season 2.
What is it, Boyle?
Just go.
It couldn't
It's
be
a
season
Hideyoshi moment. I think it's the one with
The first Hideyoshi moment.
it's no, it's the OVA. No, it's the
I don't
second
know.
season.
Okay, I'm
When
gonna
they go
kill
to the
you.
beach.
What
They
happened?
go to the beach.
That's
and,
the first episode of the beach.
Yeah, they go to the beach and they were trying to get something out from the girl. Oh no, this is after. But they're trying to get something from the girls,
Okay.
and the girls are pissed off at them. So in order to get their forgiveness, they're like, okay, you're gonna dress up as a girl and do this contest. And so my WTF moment was with the judge.
Mm-hmm.
He's all like, they're trying to be as unattractive because they don't want to win.
Okay.
And so they're like, Yoshi's like, he's very shy and reserved, and so it's like, oh, I want to marry you, blah blah blah. And then Mussolini, I don't remember his real name, but they call him Mussolini. He's like giving short answers, very boring, and then he's like, what kind of clothing do you like to wear? Like, what kind of skirts? And he just names off like 100 skirts, and it's like, oh, his sex appeal is so great. This is amazing. And then it goes to Kenji, the redheaded dude, and he's
Right.
like, "Oh, I'm from China," because his name is like Qing Chao or something like
Uh-huh.
that. And he's all like, he's just saying some stupid stuff, and the guy's like, "I want you to marry me." He takes off his clothes and he's on his underwear. He's like, "No!" And he's running away. And I was like, "What the freak is going on here?" Because I didn't see any of that stuff in the anime really.
Right. For people that don't know, Hideyoshi is a dude.
It's an it.
It's a.
It's an it.
Yes. That's
He's his own gender.
Yeah. He's his own gender.
Like when they go to the bathhouse, there's men, women, and Hideyoshi.
Yeah, that's why whenever you see, at least this is how I like to see it, because in anime they say it's a trap. Whenever they see a girl that's a guy or a guy that's a girl, I just reference it to now. It's a Hideyoshi.
It's a Hideyoshi.
It's a Hideyoshi. Yeah, kind of like Naruto. You know that one ice power, like the Sabusa.
The one with Zabuza?
Oh,
Hideyoshi.
Harzan, he's on or
Yeah, no, it's a guy, but
Hyrule or something.
He's a
like that?
Hideyoshi.
Yeah, he's a Hideyoshi.
Yeah, he's a Hideyoshi.
Or like the guy from Steins Gate.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
Hideyoshi?
that's Hideyoshi, dude.
I haven't seen.
You guys,
it.
you haven't read the manga yet, but that one I told you about, UQ holder.
You
There's
told me
one of
about
those,
it, yeah.
He's the genderless character.
It's a Hideyoshi.
That's a Hideyoshi.
It's
Just
a
call him
Hideyoshi.
Hideyoshi.
He's a
When I
gender
first saw it, I
bender.
thought it was a girl, but then I'm like, it looks like a guy, and then you kind of find, yeah,
It's
a genderless
what's his
character.
name
They
on Soul
mention that.
Leader? What's
The
Soul
pink
Leader?
haired.
Yeah, what's his name? It's a guy.
It's a
But
guy.
it's a guy in the anime, but a girl in the manga.
Oh, Chrono.
Chrono.
It's not pink hair.
Oh, well, I don't remember.
I was thinking of some other pink hair one. Yeah, Hideyoshi's everywhere.
Yay! Our top list.
That one's hard.
I
There's still tons. There's still tons that I would.
Listeners are gonna be scarred after
Honorable
this
mention for
episode.
me, eating these when he shows up with naked.
No, best. No, it's when he goes to the cop and they're like, "Do you have any idea?"
That whole scene, man. That whole scene.
What the?
He just pulls it out. All right, so let us go into our second topic. So this one, I don't remember why I picked it, but this one revolves around. So in any anime that you see, whether it's shoujo, shonen, /left, whatever, for the most part, there is always some type of love that's shown in there.
Okay.
And so my question to all of you is what?
It's never realistic.
Apparently, yeah, it's always never realistic, but there's tons of good points to how they portray love, and it's a lot of bad points of how they show it. And so my question to you is, like, what is it that you've seen how love is portrayed in anime that you see, like, oh, that's honorable, that's something that I like that they show that.
For me,
I hate
for
love
either
in
of you.
anime, to be honest. They always seem to do it wrong.
Well, like Jose said, like, most of it's not realistic.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I don't like. It's
Right.
so...
That
you like me?
Gurren Lagann.
I like you. What the
Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say,
each
David?
other, man.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, like, there's. No offense to Miles.
Okay.
Miles watches just one. Most of the time, watches just a certain genre. Correct, for the most part.
Usually,
For the most part.
it has to have some shonen, but
Yeah.
like,
So shonen, would you
But-
would
but
say
as I
shonen is
got-
your favorite?
yeah. But as I got older, I like more character. I think that's why I like One Piece, because even though it has action, a lot of the episodes are just the characters doing their thing. There's a lot of comedy. They're on an adventure. They have a goal, but there's no fighting in like maybe 4 episodes. I think I like an anime usually for me to get me into it. It has to have some kind of action or a supernatural element.
Oh, rain
Yeah.
action.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot of anime that.
So I don't watch
Doesn't
like
have-
the high school
yeah.
shows that is just a comedy high
Slice of
school.
life.
Yeah,
It,
so those
it
ones.
needs something more action for me.
Yeah, and so I guess I'm focusing a little bit more on that because and I'll talk about the,
Wait,
the way
what
the
about
shonen
what about Eden in the East? Would you count that then?
that show that has some love in it.
No. I meant, but it's not like a normal action for me. It's
It's an adventure.
yeah, I like something like that. If that makes sense. I don't
Uh-huh.
like a soap opera style, like How I Met Your Mother style
Yeah.
anime version. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. But like I'm saying, but I want to speak for Jose and for Diego, but I'm pretty sure that we've seen a huge type of
Yeah,
different
you guys
categories,
seen a lot ranger than I
a
have.
lot ranger that we have. So I want to say that we have a more broader sense of how love is portrayed in anime and
True.
different genres.
Tularu.
No too love.
And I think still, like, I guess some of the ones I can think just to my mind for me are like
Yeah.
Inuyasha,
yeah. So
or Gurren Lagann, or the other one I was thinking of was which you probably are know for me is Tenshin Tokyo.
yeah. So you do have a
I do.
you have an idea of what it is. So that's why, based on your ideas, what have you seen? Even though, like Jose said, a lot of it is unrealistic. But what have you seen that you like that they've portrayed love in this sense, or they focus on this thing, or
You know what I like about one in particular, Clannad?
yeah,
You told
From
me
what I
about this.
remember, I don't think they kiss at all, right?
Nope. That's something I hate in anime.
Because the kissing is kind of weird.
No, but I mean, like, where they have this build up of like Inuyasha, for example, is a
Yeah.
build up, and then at the very end they don't even kiss. Like, what the fuck?
No, but these people actually end up together.
yeah, these will end up together.
They have
They
a
had
kid
Yeah,
and
that's
everything.
the Inuyasha did too. They got
Really?
married, and they were having kids. Yeah,
yeah, they're having kids. Clannad she had kids too. I
Yeah.
think they.
But
I
I'm
think-
saying they don't show a kiss or anything.
Like for me, in that one particularly, I didn't mind.
Okay.
I think it was unique because usually, like, you see the kiss eventually, even if it's by the dude falling or tripping and then just randomly kisses the girl, which is not realistic love.
Like Eden the East, I loved it. They
That
actually
one was-
kissed,
That
they
kiss was
actually
good.
kissed a couple times, and it was a great moment. You wanted more, but at the same time, he gave you enough.
Yeah,
So, what I like and what I don't like. I like sometimes because they have like this weird twist to it. You know,
So-
like
so let's just-
Anohana,
Uh-huh.
for instance. The girl's dead. And there's romance in there, but it deals with other things. Whereas something like a harem, like the dude, like seriously, you can't say you love one girl, you love every girl. Get the fudge out of here. And then
it's not just that. It's that the
everybody's
girls accept it.
everybody's okay with it. They're like, by the end of some harems, not like Tenchimuyo. I mean, they all become friends, but this is different. Like in other
I was
harems,
sorry, I was particularly mentioned Tenki and Tokyo because
Right.
he has a relationship with Sakuya.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but like in other harems, well, like David said, like everybody's okay with it. If like the dude, let's say he goes for a girl, but everybody's like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'll still be your girl. We're like, what the heck?
yeah, it's not
Shuffle
real
does
life.
that. Shuffle. If you've seen the show Shuffle, they kind of do the same thing where he has like 10 or like 5 options of girls that he can go out with, and he chooses one at the end. And there's one that I particularly
I
didn't
think you told
he'd
me
pick.
about this though. But
Yeah.
didn't you want him to pick that girl?
I didn't
though?
want him to pick that girl. I wanted someone else. But at the end, like at the end of the show, even though he picked her, they're all like, "Oh, we still love you, and we're still gonna go for you." And then one of them, the girl's like the daughter of a
Is
demon,
this like a Japanese Hugh Hefner or something?
I guess. And he's like,
Every harem is a
And he's like-
based off of Hugh Hefner.
and he's like, it's okay if he picks my daughter at one point, then they can get married, and then he can marry all of them, and everyone's happy. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what the freak? No.
See, I don't like it when they cop out like that to the. I guess in this sense, they will cop out to the
There's different ways they cop out,
to
but
the
that's one of them.
otakus because they want to please everyone, like the otaku mind, where you can have every girl if you do this. Whereas
If
in
you
other
do the
anime,
steps right, you'd
yeah,
get
yeah. Like that's why I like Clannad because it's basically one girl and that's it. There's no
There are other
triangle love
girls.
story
No, but they're
for the
not
most
a
part.
love interest at all.
I
They
will
have
fight
side
that.
stories, they make episodes for a side story if he was to go with her, but he's never had a
I
love
would,
interest with
I
those
would
girls.
argue. I would argue that I would say that there was some love interest to all of them, but that he ultimately chose one, and he stuck
Sounds
with
like
it.
The Bachelorette.
I know, right? But to analyze my thing is the one that I hate the most is when what's it called? They would kind of imply that there's some romance to it. Like you can let's just say kind of like a Nami and Luffy, even though there's not that much implied.
This is what I was just barely going to say, and goes to what you're saying. Insisted love,
Right?
Where it's okay. It's pretty much they say there's something that these people like each other, but then it's never shown in the anime. Or Bleach, Ichigo and what's her name?
Morihime.
Morihime.
No, Rukia.
No, not
No,
Rukia.
Rukia. I've
orange
never
hair
seen
girl.
that.
No, but
Morihime.
what is depicted
Right.
even by the artist is these guys love each other. When you find out like she's trying wanting to kiss him like when he's sleeping, it's like
And then
why
she
they've
doesn't do
never
it?
shown they've never shown anything out of like 100-something episodes for that moment that they were even interested in each other. I thought they were just friends, and like
Right.
supposedly we as readers and viewers are supposed to know that they've had a connection and they've had a love interest when they've never depicted.
I get you.
That's
I always
what
thought
I
that
mean.
he did, or at least she
Or
did. I
so-
know she did.
Yeah, but they never really depicted it much. Like it was a second.
Right. It
guess.
wasn't like
Yeah, it wasn't like-
blushing all the time when Ichigo's around. For instance,
What I was gonna say is also Naruto, like Sakura and Sasuke, like really, like
Oh, yeah.
she had a crush, but then she's like, "Don't leave, I actually am in love with you." It's like, bitch, you're 12 years old.
And Sakura, man.
But what
Sakura
I'm
for
saying
you.
is, I think that's kind of what you're getting at. Is like those ones where it's implied, but
I don't think
you
it's
don't
not
get
even
any development.
I don't think it's not
Kinda.
even implied. It's just like
You're just supposed
it's
to know.
It's just supposed to know that they like each other because
but you
they're
don't
the,
get something to know.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, it is the fact, like, I'm okay if One Piece doesn't acknowledge that, or even if they go that route, because it's not the main focus. But to me, it's something like
Boa Hancock.
where something is going like like pretty good. Let's say Haruhi, for instance, in this one, the Melancholy Haruhi Suzumiya. You get this amazing story, and then throughout the whole story, you kind of see like Kion could potentially be with Haruhi, or even with the Yuki, or with or with your girl. What's your girl's name?
I forgot.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because she doesn't matter.
She does matter.
Mikuru
Obviously,
does not
not.
matter.
I don't remember her name. All that.
But in any case,
I just had a brain fart.
Oh,
So
you mean September? What was her name?
so
Miracle-
what I'm trying to say is, for me, in that sense, it sucks because they give you like something like of a romance. Like you see it, you could definitely see that there's romance involved, and then they never really address it afterwards, and they kind of
Yes,
like leave it
I
ambiguous.
hate that.
If you're
Yeah.
gonna introduce something, like follow through. Don't just leave it. Oh, I want the readers, like Miles said. I want the readers or the viewers to kind of put the dots together. Because, I mean, in my sense, in this particular example, I said that he would most likely end up with Haruhi, whereas David says he would most likely end up with Mikuru. And I guess this kind of goes back to the whole thing for me that I like, for the most part, almost in all my stories, to actually have a pretty good ending where it closes the
That's
loops.
everyone, I believe. The thing that with love and anime. Okay, I'll start on a positive, and Diego will agree with me with this. Because when a while back when he said what anime character do you want to be, he said he wanted to be Harem, and I gave him crap on it because he doesn't end up with anyone. But like I said,
that's a solid choice.
when it is shown that they do like someone,
Mhm.
that for the most part they don't stray away from that love, especially in School Rumble. Like he has Yakumo who loves him, and he has Eri who loves him, but he's solely focused on Tenma, regardless of how she feels about him or how she feels about Kurasuma. Like he's dedicated her 100%, and I mean that's a great quality to have. I think it's kind of weird that happens in high school because every time there's like that love is a main central point in a show, it's usually either during high school or right after high school.
As we had to move to Japan, we messed up. We would have found the one by now.
Oh no,
we would have fallen.
In that part, it makes it feel unrealistic because a lot of people don't have that huge, strong love for someone in high school, and it's just it. I mean, yeah, later in life you will, and that's why you get married. And
so in that sense, it's not realistic for the most part.
It's good and bad because it's this one girl that you want to be with forever. It's unrealistic because it's happening in high school, and 99% sure that that's not going to happen. You're going to marry that person.
Mm.
So that's one thing. A second one that I hate and love is in Anohana as well. It was realistic, the main protagonist, he was in love with how can I forget her name? What's her name, Jose? Menma. He was in love with Menma even after years of her being deceased.
And he fell in love with her when they were 5 years old.
Yeah, but that's the unrealistic story. You fell in love when you're 5 years old. That makes no sense to me at all.
It's called a crush.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they portray it as it's something love, it's something unbroken.
Well, I guess in their sense, this is kind of like their Romeo and Juliet. You know, almost any story in that sense, like their love was so true that even at a young age and even through death, it'll go throughout it. But I know what you're saying. It's just like not really possible in real life.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if I was 5 years old, I could care less about a girl. Give me a new Transformers. That's my new love right there.
Well, I was going to say, actually, now, David, that I thought about it more, there are a lot of shows, actually, I've seen a lot of romance in.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it. More as I got older, of course. But, because when you're younger, you know, you just kind of want the fighting and stuff. You know,
definitely.
Well, you're trying to kiss the girl.
One that you'll actually remember, this was actually a relationship I really loved at a young age, was Blue Gender.
Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Great love interest. And it was a lot of development. I mean, it wasn't until like the end until they start loving each other, and then you started believing it because you had a growth.
Mm-hmm.
And those are my favorite. When you have these characters where they seem like they have nothing in interest, like you have this girl that's like straight military, and then you have the guy that's complete, you know,
Wuss.
Usopp, I guess I should say. And he's just then just to have his character grow and like they learn together, and like then all of a sudden they get separated and they have to fight for each other, get together, and this is all in 26 episodes, and I actually really enjoy that. And another one that I think. This is one also. It's just weird. I'm just starting to think. Actually, I have seen a lot of romance that I've enjoyed out of animes. And one that actually did a really good job in a realistic way to me was I don't know if you guys ever saw this particular one, but Gundam Seed.
Nope.
No.
Okay. So anyway, it's cool because there's this one girl where like they're just friends, and you learn early on at least that she had a crush on him. And the main character, Kira, he's the main pilot. He's in love with this other girl on the ship, and like they kind of have like a fight. And then the other girl that's always been into him, he kind of, you know, he's depressed, so he finds, okay, this person's into me, so I'm going to go to her, even though it's not the best decision he makes. And that's more like real life. I mean, I've been a culprit of that too, not going to lie. Right. Where another girl's available, you go after them instead, you know. And anyway, it depicted this in an anime in a realistic way, and like they ended up sleeping together. And then the next day, it's almost like he acted like it didn't happen. And she's trying to be with him the whole time. And then things start working out with the girl he actually wanted to go with. And it turns into this huge thing. And then he ends up going with the character at the end, which was a typical anime that it didn't make sense. Uh-huh. But during the 50 episodes, there was a build-up off that relationship, you know, where he went for a different girl. And then it didn't work. And he still wanted the girl he was with. And he felt guilty for being with that other girl. And that one they did actually really right. So I like when animes do that. But for the most part, they don't ever seem to make it realistic. But I like that particular one, or Blue Genders, where they grew together.
Diego, you've been really quiet. I haven't heard.
Yeah, you haven't said anything on this topic.
Which
right?
I assumed that you were going to say a lot.
Because all the ones he wants to mention are two guys.
Well, no. Boku no Pico. I'm just kidding.
Oh. Two nigga?
No. To Love Ru is your basic, hands down, ecchi harem anime.
Most unrealistic she ever.
Yeah,
I
mean,
I remember watching it with you.
Hands down, ridiculous. Like, basically, he's a regular nobody. He's in love with one girl, and he's in his bathtub, and then the space alien girl lands in his bathtub. See, common.
Already unrealistic.
What can that
what are you talking about? That totally happened to me when I was 13.
And then
E.T.
Then the second person he meets is a bounty hunter, because, you know, and then he's nice to her because he didn't know who she was.
What anime is this again?
To Love Ru.
And
she wants to kill him. And she wants to kill him, but then she starts having feelings for him. And then the student counselor, the student president in his class, starts falling for him, but she doesn't like him because he's ecchi. Like, he'll do his common trips, and he'll land and he'll put his face in between the girl's legs, or he'll grab their boobs or something.
I would think almost,
which apparently is okay, and
100% of any guy in any country would be perfectly happy being an anime character in a harem, because just the retardedness that happens in those shows.
Yeah, and this guy,
the harems, they never get laid.
Depending on which harems, like
I guess, yeah.
Like David said, like on that one, like he could get laid with all the girls.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a harem character to get teased. I've seen Tenchimuyo.
Yeah, but like
I want one of those girls.
It's getting kind of over the top right now, because with the bounty hunter, they unlocked her inner darkness, and then she hates ecchi. She doesn't like being touched. She hates
but
it.
her inner darkness.
But her inner darkness became super ecchi. So what she did, she grabbed the guy she was gonna kill, and he got all the girls that are in the swimming class naked and threw threw all of those girls on him. He's like, I'm gonna kill you now, but in the most etchiest way.
Death by
It's
Snoo
weird.
Snoo.
Yeah, and this
I
is it's
have
over the top.
snoo.
I do like those things, but then it gets kind of ridiculous.
Yes, I know what you mean. Just like with any anime, sometimes you're like, okay, this is just too much, even for anime.
Yeah, I like it. Like Shuffle to me was good ending in its way because he actually chose somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody he didn't
The
even
girls
think was
they don't quit.
Also, in case you didn't know, Shuffle, I guess, is like an erotic game. That's where it came off.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't
Is
know
that that weird Vita thing that IGN was talking
something
about?
No,
else.
there's
Oh,
like,
that
it's
was
like a
funny,
dating
dude.
sim one, right?
Yeah. Well, a bunch of dating sims, which is basically, I think, where this whole subgenre of anime came from. Is
Yeah, I think it
You
very is. Dude.
yeah, you get your chances to get girls, but then you get your chances to get girls, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
Even kitty girls.
yeah, like, and I was like, so that's what Mototool of Ru kind of
yeah,
like
and
evolved
like
into.
there's a new game that came out for PS
Oh,
Vita.
yes, that.
And like,
Oh my
it's a
god.
fighting game, but then you have like like in Pokemon, you have the ones where you can feed your Pokemon in the middle of X and Y.
Do you feed them with your?
No,
you
no.
you use the
Vita.
touch sensors on the
Okay, next
Vita.
subject.
They call it Tool of Ru Touch Time.
yeah.
Oh my god!
And Diego sent me that link, and I was like, what?
no,
I don't know about
It's
that.
it was on
And then he
imported
it.
Otaku, and I wrote Jose Oliver. What the?
Yeah, and
and
I was
then-
like, I don't know, that's your anime.
Yeah, but like
I guess ultimately,
but when I want to watch a show,
Uh-huh.
when I feel like I want to watch like those slice of lives or harems, I want to see progression in love.
yes,
But
I
the
don't-
ones
yeah,
I've
and I
watched,
wanted to see a growth of they end up
Yes.
falling and not like, oh, you're cute. Let's just start dating in the first few episodes. Like I want to see a growth.
yeah, I would be completely content with it if it was the whole series. It takes out the whole series,
yeah, I like
and they
those.
kiss though, or they kiss, or there's some like
Yeah,
what was a
kiss them.
great one.
I
for
really
me?
like Dragon Ball Z with Gohan and Videl.
I
Yeah,
thought you were
that
gonna
was
say
great.
That
Chi-Chi.
was
They
good.
hated
No
each
Chichi,
other.
no Chichi,
No,
Goku.
no, no.
That was
but
stupid.
they hated each other,
Yeah.
and then they started doing chi together, and you start to see the love interest in her talking with her mom, and it was cool. You
Like,
never
it wasn't-
see
it
a
wasn't
kiss,
a-
granted, as usual.
It was
but
no
was a-
focus on it, but yeah, you saw that progression.
But you saw it in there, and it's the first time Akira Toriyama really kind of did that.
Or like a good one I liked that my brother got me into was Toradora. That series is just
Who got
left
you
and
into that one,
right,
David?
and at the very end they
that's
end
right.
up together. Like he says, "I'm in love with you," and they kiss. They actually kiss, but not even at the end. It's
That
like
was
two
such a good
episodes.
one. No, I love
And
that
then
one.
he's all like, "I want to marry you," blah blah blah. She's like, "No, we have to finish school, and then we'll figure out." And then they
So that sounds
graduate.
like Inuyasha. Like
yeah,
what-
but it was
yeah.
like it gave you closure. Like it
Yu
gave
Yu
you
Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho, yeah,
That's
it was
like what
good.
you're talking about. Yeah.
I like it when it finally ends. Like I don't like it. I don't like
Yeah.
those animes where it's just it keeps going and then it ends. Like and then it just restarts it kind of again. You know,
I don't
like
like
you can't
those
choose the
yeah,
girl.
like
Like,
season
we're, like-
1, and then you end it, and it's like, okay, season 2 here comes, and then season 2, and then like, you're back to square one.
Yeah.
Like, what
Oh,
the
I
frick?
hate that.
And then season 3 never comes out, so you're like,
or
the
like
table.
how Yusuke when he sees Keiko after coming back for
yeah, and it was
it was such a great ending for
it was
that
well
one
done.
moment.
It was well done in the anime.
God, that was
Manga
so
was
good.
stupid.
Yeah, what
And, like,
happened? Did they even kiss at
wait,
all?
no, they don't. She just
Stupid.
punches him or does something, and they start playing in the water. You don't see
But she
it.
didn't like jump on him and kiss him. Then they
No,
start playing.
that's-
Like that was such a
yeah.
perfect. Like you actually saw their relationship at that moment in the anime. And
Yeah.
it was fantastic.
well, I guess with this topic as well with any other genre, it just goes back to the creators just falling back to things that have been done before,
yeah,
and they're afraid of being new or trying new things. Where a lot of romantic comedies that will do this thing now with the love triangle. Almost every time there's somebody else that will come in and try, not try to steal the main love or whatever, but kind of like an opposition to
I hate
it.
when it switches.
Yeah, and then
Like they both are the two main protagonists are say guys, and they like these two girls, and then they were both going after. It looks like it's good. It's these
Golden
two
time.
girls, but then they switch. The
I
girls
need to
at
talk
the
about
end.
it. I'm going to mention that. Sorry, keep going.
Oh no, you're fine. Hey, what guys? I want to ask you. You might even remember. What was that old? It was 3D anime. It was on Toonami. It was a guy with a green body, and they were like in a virtual world.
Reboot.
Reboot.
Yeah.
I actually really liked the love scene for that connection. I thought it was really cool.
I like Zoids. It has no love scene, but it like Zoids because it had that 3D when they're in the Zoids. Wasn't it like 3D?
Yeah,
type?
it was like almost like the cell shading style of video
That's
games.
cool.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? The only one that I liked that didn't there was progression, but didn't show kissing or any of that. That was just perfect because in a sense, it was innocent. Was Clannad and Clannad After Story. Like you see the love.
Mm.
I would have
Is
loved
this a
to.
show
I would
I
have
would
liked to
like?
see it.
Okay.
There's fighting, but it's like
Just like watch
once
a
in
couple
season.
episodes. Don't watch in order. Just watch every other episode. Check, see if you like it or not. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to like that kind of
I would
stuff.
say it's mainly romantic with a little bit of slice of life mixed with
Supernatural.
comedy. Yeah.
Okay.
And Supernatural.
Because Inuyasha has been my favorite for romance and action. And
Yeah, it's
sci-fi.
not too. I
love
wouldn't say
that
too
so
much action, but I mean, just
Definitely
pick your
not.
No,
episodes.
it's fine. Like even Tenchi and Tokyo didn't have that. That was probably the number one of all time though, because that was a real relationship.
I'm
If
afraid
that
to
scene,
watch that
Tenchi
now.
Really, it still holds up, buddy.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't mean that. I mean if there's gonna be another scene where everybody's just butt naked.
No, there's not.
There's not really
in
in
Tenchi
Tokyo.
Tokyo. No, there's not.
Okay.
To me, that's still the best one. But just that's the one where like it did the build up, but then they kill the main girl.
Yeah.
God, that really messed me up as a kid, man.
Oh, what if my girl is a robot?
What if it's all a dream? That's right. It's not cool, huh, Jose?
Hey, yeah, that dream was good for
But
the
you know,
lasted.
but you know what I mean. Like that was one that
Yeah.
like they did the build up, they did the kiss, they did the dating, and then just to kill her, and then find out that she's not even a real existence.
But that's
even
cool.
worse,
See,
it's like
th-
gosh.
that's the
but
reason.
that's a good way to do
Yes.
it. That's a real.
Yeah.
That's
emotion
something
right
new.
there.
Like the director was like, or the
Name
creator
another
was
one
like,
that
let's
does
do
that.
something different.
No one. I can't
Sometimes-
name another anime like that.
Sometimes I feel like if
They
they
grabbed your heart
if
in.
they try and go
Yes.
if they try and go realistic, they need to add a little bit of that like fantasy type thing, because there, even though the love was real, there
It's
was
still an anime. It still needs something.
yeah,
right?
it still needs something to make it. There's one that I dislike that I don't know if it's trying something new, but it's a new anime that came out this season. It's called Golden Time, and you know when you're watching the show, you want the relationship to happen. I mean, I usually do it at the end, but you want it maybe like a little bit before it ends. And this one they did it like in the 6th, 7th episode. You're like, yeah, it's fine, but then now it's too normal. And even though you have this girl that's crazy about him and he's like psycho, if they don't show enough of it and they resolve things too fast, and it's just like, I don't want to keep watching this. Like the only reason I'm watching it is just because I just want to finish it. I've already watched 20 episodes. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to finish this, but I don't like
Is it because you don't like the show or you don't like the girl?
both. I don't like the show. I don't like the show right now because of how they're making him deal. They focus on one thing and then they completely forget about it. Like one that has to deal with his memories that he's lost, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna pretend like nothing ever happened." Oh, okay, that's fine. And they
They
just
never
leave it
reference
at-
that way?
They go
Okay.
back to it now,
Okay.
just barely. So now it's kind of intriguing my interest again. But so like I think they do need some of that unrealistic thing to keep us entertained. I still think they shouldn't have. Again, this is referenced in School Rumble that they shouldn't have a guy fall on top of a girl and that's how they fall in love, or that's how he falls in love with her.
Yeah, I agree.
And he grabbed her boob like, oh, it's like,
Big at the HK, she falls on top of him.
yeah, see the reverse.
Did you guys ever watch Berserk?
Parts of it.
It's
Yeah,
a
Bart's
very
very-
famous anime. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one had a really cool scene, a cool one where it was a long relationship building up. Probably the longest relationship I've seen in anime for a build up, and just to kill her at the end.
Oh, I just remember of another one.
Gaunt's does it too.
Spoiler.
Well, didn't we say spoilers for our topics?
Yeah, well, for the last one.
Oh,
not for this one.
Samurai Champloo, man. It kind of like left me. I was like, are you serious? Dang, dude.
All right,
The Gaunt's manga is really bad.
Yeah.
He dates a character for like 50 chapters just to have her die.
so I guess.
Dang
I
it.
was jacked up. I stopped watching that manga though once I got to the vampires. It was kind of stupid.
All right, so
You got
Did you guys read the manga? It seems like you guys know what I'm talking about, or David does. Did you read past the vampires?
no.
Did you stop there too?
Yeah.
What?
I think we've all
Found
seen or like read enough anime that we get to the one point where we're like, okay, this
It's
has to
getting
be
enough.
where I draw
I'm
my
done,
line.
Yeah.
All right, so to end off this, just give us one, if you can, give us one love story that you thought was amazingly done.
Your favorite and what you don't like too, right?
Yeah. So
I
my
need to watch Romeo x Juliet.
I heard
have
that's
it.
good.
I have
heard
it, but
that's
I haven't
really
seen it.
good, actually.
okay, so I would say my favorite one, off the top of my head, is not
Okay.
Clinton. Actually, it was Eureka 7 because I thought
That's a good one.
it was really good. It wasn't too focused on it, but you saw the progression. You saw it at the very end, and it was just amazing. Eureka 7 is one of my favorite ones.
Do you think I like that anime?
Yeah, you would love it.
There's
a lot
should
of-
I get it on Blu-ray and wait, or are you gonna buy it on Blu-ray?
Get on
and
Blu-ray
then
because
I
it'll
can borrow
be
it from
cheaper.
everybody?
It'll be a lot cheaper than buying the DVD
You
from
look
Anime
so
Legend.
over there.
Yeah, I'd say buy it on Blu-ray because
Yeah,
it's
buy
a
it on
whole lot
Blu-ray.
cheaper than
But
Anime
if he's
Legend.
buying it on Blu-ray, then I'll watch it.
I wonder though,
He
because
is
it's
buying
kind
it
of
on
a slow anime.
It is slow, but there's a lot of
But
fighting
how's
in
the
there.
remember? I've grown to like character development. How's
The character development is good because he grows up a lot more. She does. She understands.
because Jose
more of
looks a little
life.
worried for me.
I say yes.
I was liking 7AO. It's just I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Watch Eureka 7 first.
Yes.
Watch the
And
first
I hear
one.
it's a classic.
Yes, I say yes.
You could watch some episode right
like
now.
you might not
I
like
want to
the
watch on
first.
Blu-ray.
You might not like the first
Because it's
couple
4x3
episodes.
right now.
Yeah.
You
I'd
might
say
not like the first couple episodes, but you just gotta push on
If
through.
I like
and
it in
then
3
it'll-
episodes, I usually give series 3 episodes.
Yeah,
even in
push-
real reality stuff too.
Push it through, and then you'll like it.
For me, I didn't like it a lot until the second half of the anime.
Because we've agreed on a lot of stuff that's slow and kind of boring.
Yes, yes, yes.
this one is slow in the beginning, but
It was
it's
good.
worth pushing through.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's good, but to me, I didn't
Gotta
like it
endure
into the second part of the anime. Like I saw, Paul got it first, the first part, and I saw all of that, but I didn't have like the want to like, I need to go out of my way to watch the second part. And then when I got it, I finally
understand.
watched it, and then that part, I was like, okay,
I understand what Jose's saying because the second part, the beginning, first 2 episodes, the second part, you're just like, oh my gosh,
There's a
there's
lot
so much
going
stuff that goes on
on,
the
and
last.
you don't
in the
know what's
first 2
going on.
episodes.
yeah.
In the first 2 episodes of the second half of Eureka 7, it just goes crazy and it doesn't slow down from there.
The thing with Eureka 7 that you gotta realize,
Sounds
too,
like a Gundam show.
when you're watching it, it's just an spectacle.
It's a mech
because
show.
It's different. Like even from the very beginning, the opening, how it opens, you'll see that it's different.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you'll like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because like One Piece is very slow, but as you've seen as it goes on through time, oh my gosh, you see
And
why
that
it's
might
number
be a
one.
problem with me because even in One Piece, I'm like stuck at the same part.
You know what's weird? How
In
you're
Clannad, I'm
it's-
stuck at that
It's
same
weird how
part.
you're stuck on One Piece though, because you're on like one of the best sagas, and even you said you're loving
Yeah.
it, but for some reason you ain't got past
That's
it.
just me, man. Because even David could
You're
attest,
on the-
Diego could attest. Because with Clannad, the ones that they've seen, I'm stuck in the first season. I don't even know if I finished
You're
it.
on the Enel down or whatever the
where
Nico
they're-
Robin.
Yeah, picking Robin
Where the
back up.
fucking C5, and that's like one of the greatest sagas, and
Yeah.
it's so amazing. But
It's just me.
It's just you, yeah. 'Cause that's a great season.
All right, so
Continue on yours.
So that's my best one. My one that I don't like is Rosario Vampire, because you see that he does love one girl, it's a harm one,
Oh.
and then at the end of the second season, he's like, I can't choose between him. Like, are you serious? You obviously like this one more, but you can't choose between them.
Well,
Fuck
it's
you.
the same character. Given in respect, it's the same character. She just has a more powerful
It's
vampire
still-
inside of her. Just to be clear, because maybe Miles doesn't know.
Okay.
So there you go.
Still stupid. All right, so Jose,
One that I like and one that I hate.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh jeez, I don't even
it doesn't have
know.
to be a series; it just have to
Right.
be a couple.
Yeah. I love Bigate HK. That's my favorite one right now.
I
man.
command you. Yeah, pound it.
Bro hoof. Bigate HK, just quickly, again, it's an ecchi show, but consider what the F moments, that thing is like child's play
He's
compared
one
to
step
the
closer to
stuff.
hentai.
No, like that series is fun, and I really, really enjoy it. That was one series that I could really think that after I finished, I was like, I was actually missing it. I'm like, I wish there was a second season. So I really enjoyed theirs because they both grow. I mean, she's still kind of the same. She still has the same idea. She's kind of lying to herself, but they both understand where they are at the end of the series.
Did they not finish the second season?
They
There is
didn't
no
have-
second
they
season.
Just did
Oh,
one
it just
series.
ended.
If you want to
Yeah.
finish, you read the manga.
Yeah, I got to do that actually, but they
He
actually
always
do
says.
grow. They actually do grow, and the one that I don't like personally is any of the ones that don't finish. But I would have to go with Haganai. Haganai I don't like
you
because
took that from me.
the dude's a retard. Like the girl basically
A
comes
retard.
out. Yeah,
A
no, like the
retard?
girl turns around. So there's of course this is a harm. So the girl's like, oh, we like you, but this girl in particular, she turns around and she plains out, I love him and I want to marry you. And then what does he do? Like any rational human being, like anybody in anime, he's like, doesn't say anything and just runs.
No,
He's like, I didn't
what
hear
did you say?
What
I
did you
didn't
say?
Yeah,
hear
oh
you.
yeah, I don't understand. And he takes off running.
And she's like,
This isn't where I park my car.
And she's like, no. Well, it's like, I do. I love you. I want to marry. And he's like, I don't know what you said. And he runs off.
And then there's the other girl in there that like, really loves him. But regardless, I hate that one because he just runs off, and the creator didn't make a season 3 yet, so I have no closure. And I'm not gonna.
Hopefully, because that one just ended last year.
Yeah, and then the movies came out, but I don't really want to talk about that. But I mean, anything like that, is
Live
retarded.
action.
Waste of my time. I thought there was gonna be some closure. Miles.
Miles.
You were
I
funny
can't
though.
say I have a number one that I really hate because I just hate a lot
Just
of
one
it.
you dislike. That just comes to your mind. Like,
One that
just dislike.
disappointed me.
Yeah, really
Okay.
disappointed you.
Well, number one would, even though it was sad, I got the fulfillment I needed in a way out of an anime, and it goes back to Tenchi in Tokyo. It really is my favorite Tenchi, and although this ending's sad, it was just great to see Tenchi growing up for so many years as kids, to see the last part of the series of when we were kids of Tenchi, where he actually does find a love interest for once,
Yeah.
and when he does it, it's a realistic one. He goes on dates, they grow together, and he falls in love with her, not just liking her, and just
No
have
boob grabbing.
her go. Yeah, there's not. It's very appropriate, and then she just finds it, disappears, and then he goes searching for her, and it's just, oh my god, it's just a great, satisfying scene. And the most disappointing for me, I guess, was just Inuyasha doing 167, then plus the final act, whatever. But
Oh yeah.
it was just a
stupid.
great build up. His great character. It's just I hated how they never really kissed or emphasized too much on it at the end, where you wanted a little bit more, and they just didn't give me enough. They didn't give me what I wanted for that whole show.
Mhm.
So it wasn't bad. It's still one of my favorite romances in any anime, but it didn't satisfy me.
That just kind of stained it a little bit.
It stained it. Yeah.
Okay.
It was such a great build up to just
All right, Diego. That means he's nervous.
My
Yeah.
favorite my favorite love one was Clanata After Story.
Okay, commendable.
The good ending, not the crappy ending.
There's a bad
Well,
ending.
where he
like,
changes
what?
where he changes his fate. I like that one because throughout the whole series, it's really good. You see the hardships because it's reality,
Yeah.
And you just see him suffering in the last half of the series, and you just feel bad for him. Like, you just, this guy doesn't deserve this, And then the final straw breaks, and he's just basically dying in himself. And then he gets the opportunity to get a second chance, and he lives out his life, and he's happy. And I was so happy because this show made me cry, made me angry. I was like, I'm done with this show. F this show. And then I was like, I gotta finish it.
Is this a high school anime?
It goes past it.
It goes past it. It goes to adulthood, like when they're like mid-30s or something. But it's good, and it ended perfect for me. I thought it ended amazing. I was happy.
Yeah.
I was
After Story
so
or the
happy.
original?
All of it.
You need to watch all of it.
It was amazing. I was like, okay, this is one of those animes that left me with a good.
The animation's
Watch
a little weird
Anohana.
for me with the eyes. You think
Yeah.
I like
Kyoto
it?
Animation.
It's
I'm
Kyoto.
not sure
That's
if
why
I like that style.
it's something you have to. It's an acquired
It's a little
taste,
different
I
than
would
what
say.
I like. Yeah, for style.
Yeah.
Not saying
Oh,
the
yeah.
story or
And
characters.
Don't worry, they
The
changed their
drawings.
anime after that one. They'll
The
never go back to that.
the one I hate, I love the show, but the love interest in it is stupid because nothing gets completed. Is Bakugan Test, any of that? Like,
Oh, they do another cop out where they never finish it.
yeah, like you see the girls
Motherfuckers.
liking him, the girls liking,
And
like,
there are
one girl
kisses.
the one girl likes this guy, and this other girl likes this guy, and you can tell that they like start realizing they like him, or they've always liked him, and nothing happens. It's like,
There is a kiss. There's kissing in there, but then it's just like, oh,
that just happened.
that
and
just
that's about
happened,
it.
and then it.
It's like, oh, here,
I-
touch my beanie, and that's the same thing they compare. the
Yeah,
kiss to.
basically.
Touch my beanie. The one thing I do want to know for that one before we head out, does the black haired chick still end up with the red hair die?
Yuji.
Yeah. You basically, she was dead set on marrying him, so yeah, they're gonna.
That's
end
what's up.
together no matter what.
Okay, that's cool. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So basically, I guess with love being unrealistic, I guess it goes back to the culture of Japan. Like they don't express love as publicly
they're
as we
not
do.
like how they are, and
But-
I think they accept sexuality at 13. I believe down there, right?
No, sure.
Sure.
That's
let's
what I've
go with
read
that.
from somewhere in an article.
Meanwhile,
somewhere.
in Japan.
No, like what 13 is when like
Yes.
the guys start and girls start to be sexually active.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, but like
No,
again,
that's what I've read. I don't know,
Dang.
but I've read this in articles.
Right.
Be the
Whatever, that's their culture. We
Yeah,
don't look at it
yeah,
that way,
but-
but
but
the
the-
old days used to be like that too.
by the way, that's. I mean that probably goes into play on
Yeah, 'cause
why
it's
they show
cultural
love how they
stuff,
do.
yeah, and why they probably make them look younger. So it's probably more cultural, which
Yep.
us Americans we don't really understand it.
And us Hispanics even more. We give kisses on cheek to random strangers when we say hi to them.
yeah, I still feel
They
as a
barely
white
even-
person, I'm still awkward with that.
They
No,
barely-
I'm
yeah.
all covered with that.
Unless it's a hot girl, I'm like, I can get your neck.
Yo,
Grr.
I don't get
Jose's
no
even weird. Like
I don't
they're
get
gonna
no
give him a
hugs.
hug. He's like, hey, high five.
High five. I don't know you, girl. Don't try to hug me.
I have the hardest time when I meet family and they want to kiss my cheeks. Like, what are you doing?
No, even if it's not family, I'm like, high five, get out of
I
my
get
face.
this is your culture, but my culture, it's an
Pony poof.
awkward feeling for me
You know, understandable.
I'm content with it. When
because
it's
you
with,
grew up with it.
well, no, it's not just
So did
that.
Jose,
it's
but
like if
that's
it's
just
with
a
Hispanic
preference.
people,
Yeah,
I do
that's
that.
different.
But then when it's with white people, I just either give them a hug or a high five.
I'm fine with hugs. It's like,
It
bro
depends.
hugs or
it
girl
depends
hugs,
for me.
whatever.
It
Brony
really
hugs?
depends for me.
Bro,
Like,
hug.
if
yeah.
That's
how
a girl hug.
That's
How-
popping.
how comfortable I am with
Right.
you is if I'll hug
That's
you.
how I am too. Even with like some close friends, I wouldn't hug them. Like, I'm not gonna hug you.
It took
Why don't you hug me, Jose?
one whole
It's not
summer
good.
for me and my brother to get our friends Casey and Brett to start hugging because they were like the masculine of man, white
That's how I
men.
hug Diego.
Bean dip. No, but like
Bean dip.
that's what they call it. But like they were like the kind of guys where it's like, give me a handshake, and then that's about it. And then by the end of the summer when they were living with us, it's like, oh dude, okay, bye, and they give us a hug, and it's
Right.
like, I love you, man, I love you too. Like they would never have said that unless they would have stayed with us for the whole
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
but
it's
It's
just
now
just
that-
different cultures. Yeah,
Yeah, now they-
it even seems like in animes when they say bye, they'll just like say bye. They don't hug. They just like bow their
They,
head. And
yeah,
walk
and
off.
like I said, that's just their culture.
Dang, I should have lived over there. Life would have been easy. Everybody's
would-
expecting me to give hugs and kisses to everyone.
Just bow.
Jose would
Hey,
even that for Jose is too much.
Hey, you're the
Just be
messy
like-
sama.
But anyway, so that's it for this episode 9 of Chibi No Podcast. Please give us any feedback, comments. Again, Twitter Chibi No Podcast, Facebook Chibi No Podcast, and our email is chibinopodcast@gmail.com.
for sure.
Tell all your friends to listen to us. Tell us what we do good, what we do bad. We'll give you any more information if you want it. So
So we signing off.
yeah, so signing off. This is David Smash Fan.
This is Diego, the little brother.
Smiles the tech guy.
Jose, the comic book reader. Go read Kingdom Come. Read it.
Read the end of Daredevil.
All right, everybody. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Chibi No Podcast.
Up and away.
Muffin button. Oh!